Yo, 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 and with that, it's time for some D&D. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream today. My name is SenseiSuplex, and today we have the likes of episode 13 of Valley of Dreams. Hope you guys are ready to have some freaking shenanigans as it's time for the likes of the alignment discussion and talk, but also time to get down with the get down because it is... Oh, God. After these individuals have finally slain the Hydra, we have a lot of crazy stuff in the works for the likes of this session and for the voting night. So stick around at the end of everything and you guys will be able to see all of this sort of chaos and shenanigans unfold. Now, yo, Sensei says secrets on Twitch? Really? Oh, no, I'll switch that. Thanks for the reminder. Let's switch on that. Secrets in the Sands. Oh, you're right. Let me do that. Valley of Dreams. I think, so what ended up happening was, YouTube, title on YouTube says that? I don't think YouTube says that. I'll check in a minute, but no, I know Valley of Dreams, what do you call it? This thing on Twitch is wrong, so let's fix that. But while I'm doing that, in the meanwhile, you guys can actually go over and check out on the YouTube channels and on the Twitch channels as we're streaming both, or to both. So, if you want to support, feel free to lurk in on those little areas as it does help us out significantly. Alrighty. That should be good. I'm going to switch on over. Jimmy, 2 seconds. And let me make sure I got this right. No. It says Valley of Dreams on YouTube, so we're good. Alright, that being said, let's switch on over to the likes of the overlay and see what everybody is talking about. I got Pancake Bot in here. Okay, we'll just leave Pancakes over there. Alright. We're gonna unmute. Let's see what we got. Oh, also, quick thing. I should say that, hey, we're gonna be doing a giveaway towards the end of these sessions, so make sure you guys stay at the end, and you guys will see everything that's going on. A nice light in the background there. Thank you. Appreciate that. It actually took me a long time to set everything up, so I do appreciate that. All right, let's get into the game. Yo, yo, yo. 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 What? Wait, what are y'all talking about? You mean Chris's campaign? Alright, cool. Oh, wait, hold on.
No idea what he was.
I did. It was funny because I didn't realize it was homebrew when I gave him the subclass.
Alright, hold on.
That was a homebrew subclass, bro?
Yeah, you give him something like Druid, Sorcerer, Wombo, mix.
It was something. It was something Kane made. I didn't realize it was homebrew.
Oh, man.
And then threw me in a fight and said, why aren't you using all this shit? But I don't even know what it was. What is this?
It was still a sorcerer, bro. The sorcerer wasn't that crazy, and it was your fourth fight. It was like your fourth fight, bro. Come on now.
Hey, actually, hold on. I got a question for chat because I'm actually curious because I have my opinion because we were talking about this actually beforehand, before stream started. Hey, chat, question: which class do you guys think is more difficult, Blood Hunter or more complicated? Yeah, Blood Hunter or Artificer? Everybody post something in chat. Let me see what everybody else is thinking. I'm actually curious about what they think. I think it's Blood Hunter, but I could also, if some people said Artificer, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I think Artificer because there's so many, like, if this, then this things. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I think it's complicated if you make it complicated for Artificer. If you're just using it like the base class, which isn't kind of what you're supposed to do with Artificer, and you're not like thinking about like crazy wacky inventions outside of the rules, then yeah, I think it's very, very simple. But if you're starting to like think of like all the things that you can build creatively, then yeah, I could easily see how that is way more complicated because you're homebrewing a lot of stuff. But I don't know, that's me. Alrighty, so while they are all deciding the likes of chat, so fellas, here's what we got for today's agenda. If you don't know, well, time to know. Basically, we're going to be doing the likes of you guys' leveling ups from level 5 to level 6 as you finally have been able to defeat the Hydra and more. While we're leveling you guys up, we're also going to be doing the lovely alignment discussion and talk. So we're going to be arguing for about 30 minutes on why Zaman definitely is evil, and why Gore is probably going to start falling into that route.
Zaman is the king of support.
Yeah, sure. Actually, you know what? Shoot, he might have had some character development recently because he was healing Addy Dark. Now we don't know if that was out of desperation or if that was a change of heart, but we gonna find out and talk about it, bro.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. A little thing about brotherhood, bro. we brothers out here now.
Mario Brothers.
Brothers, bro.
Oh, man. All right. So everybody loaded into Foundry for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm doing that Foundry now.
All right. So y'all can get into that for the time being. We're going to here. I'm gonna just play this for right now. Does that work? Okay. I'll just have that in the background music as we're going through everything. Cool. And there we go. So, as you guys know, per tradition, when it comes to leveling up all of our characters, we have to start us off by rolling our hit dice. Now, each and every one of you have different hit dice for the most part. Some of you have the same, but who will be the first individual to throw their life on the line and try to roll for some more HP? Now, I guess for everybody who's just joining on in for the first time or whatever, the way we roll for HP is basically we have every player roll, but if they roll below the average, then they just immediately go up to the average anyway. So you're basically just rolling to see if you get any extras. Chris, you were saying something?
Yes, I'll go first.
All right, so you are you're a druid, so you got a D8 for your hit dice. Let's do this.
Yep.
Oh, damn, you got a 1. So that means you're gonna go straight up to a 5 then. So simple as that. Real quick, if you guys can, make sure to do this. Go into your Foundry character sheet. If you guys got a magic item or anything of the sorts, like whether it be a new ability, a new magic item, anything, health potions, whatever, write that down on a list and start adding that over onto your D&D Beyond character sheet. You know what I mean? Because the reason why is because it's a possibility that when we bring it on over to Foundry, it's just going to overwrite everything your character sheet's going to be deleted, right? And we don't want that. So, write that list down now. I know for core, I always gotta get the, the boo-boo, the Kanabo, manually made, so I'm gonna make sure to do that.
The same with the Accidendar.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And the love potion, like the only thing I think I still have, because the scroll is burnt after it's used, right? The Thunder Smite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, make sure to do all of that stuff. So let's see what you got here, Zaman. So I'm gonna open up your character sheet real quick. So Zaman, you got a +2 to con, so you're going from 40 HP to a total of 45 plus, so 47 HP. Oh, also I should mention this. You guys are also getting a full character reset. Now granted, you still are going to have to make some saving throws against exhaustion, but you guys are going to have all your spell slots back, you're going to have all your HP back, because you're, for the most part, out of danger. That was fucking loud.
This shit sound epic. I thought we were the Avengers for a
Right,
second.
like what the fuck? Hey man.
Assemble.
I'll roll next.
Alright, hold on, before you do that, let me make sure that I got everything over for Chris's stuff. Because I know... So you were saying, Zaman, that you get, what do you call it? You get some new feature where your cantrips do more damage. What's all this about? If you can read it over.
Yes, Ferris Resonance is when you hit a creature with a melee attack while wielding a weapon made of metal, or when a casting a cantrip, you can roll an additional damage die.
Gotcha.
Additionally, as an action, you can touch one weapon made of metal and make it to become silvered. The weapon remains silvered for 24 hours or until you use this feature again. When you enhance a weapon in this way, it gains a bonus to damage rolls equal to half your proficiency modifier.
So, for the damage thing, I think all you would do is just roll another dice. You don't have to. I don't think I will really have to program that. It's just unless it's already like manually programmed, So we should be good. And then the silver thing, I mean, it's just a silvered property. I'll just know, like in my head, that hey, it's silvered. And besides, you guys aren't really going to be killing any werewolves, probably. I mean, hey, unless Addy Dark decides to go crazy. I mean, then maybe we have a different story, but.
It was made just for Addy Dark, bro. He gonna have a silver weapon just in case.
And maybe so.
I mean, the main thing is that it gets a plus. It's to get half your proficiency bonus, so to the damage, which is cool.
So if that's the case, you got 47 HP. Make sure to go add that on D&D Beyond. Make sure to add any items and all that stuff over there, and you're gonna be good to go. Besides that, at level 6, I think that's everything that you will be having.
Yeah, I just get an extra spell.
Alrighty, so Azora, aka Kane, you mentioned that you were ready to go for a second.
Yep, yeah, I'll go next.
Alright, roll a d10 because you're a fighter. Let's see what we got here. 5, so I believe that goes to... Is it 5.5 or... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5.5 for a fighter, so that's going to go up to 6. Plus your con modifier is going to mean that you gain 8 HP. So you're going to go from 49 HP to...
57.
57, yeah.
Yep, it's already set there on the Beyond sheet.
There you go. I think this whole playlist is doing this. Hold on, I got this. Well, I'm gonna remove all of that. They tried to tell me, hey, just use the Assassin's Creed Chronicles playlist. But nah, I don't like it. Alright. In the meanwhile, Zora, so at level 6, what you're going to begin is standard fighter things. You're going to be getting another ability score improvement or a feat of your choice. Did you actually decide which one you want to do, or are you going to decide that today?
Yeah, I just decided to put my strength to the 20.
Gotcha. God damn. Wait, hold on. So does anybody else have a 20 in strength? I don't think they do.
Not on in Ascent, yeah, not in Valley of Dreams, I don't think.
No, I
You're
think
the
like
first
literally.
person with a 20. We got no one with 20.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think
18.
anybody has a 20 besides what do you call it? Amos. He's the only person that in Soulbound that's ever had a 20 in strength.
Didn't Navro have like a 20 intelligence, or am I bugging?
He has 22 intelligence.
22. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you
My
were
bad.
wrong.
Also, actually, on that note, it actually did remind me. So keep in mind, for the Soulbound campaign, you guys actually can use your ability scores to go past the normal sort of threshold. So you can go past 20 in strength eventually, like at level 8 if you want to. So you can be at 22 strength and go crazy. And that just keeps on going and going and going, right? Alrighty. So besides that, that is what you got, Azora. So you make sure to mark all that stuff down, make sure your character sheet is updated, and then we'll import it on over. Alright, sick. Who is gonna be next to get or to roll dice?
I can go next.
Alright.
So D6.
Yep, D6 for a sorcerer.
Get screwed again.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a 2, so you're gonna go up to a total of 4, and then what's your con modifier?
2.
So it's plus 4 HP. I have no idea how much HP you got right now.
So I'm at a big old 40 HP.
Nice,
That's
nice.
a lot, bro.
It's not a lot at all.
I was just at 40, bro.
It's not a lot at all. We saw what happened to you versus that Hydra.
That's true. I was in that Hydra's grill and I was getting whopped.
Learned about that melee life. Might not be for you. Might not be.
I'm about to wait till level 14, bro.
That man was
Plus,
looking a
we're
little
not- I
comfortable
can't
with
get-
them thorn whips.
Yeah, I can't get 30 temp HP.
Oh man. That's sad. So Agni, what at level 6? Actually, no, level 6 you get your extra attack, right?
Yeah, the extra attack.
Yeah, so I think you get the extra attack, and I think you get like if you use a cantrip or something as an action, I think you get a bonus action attack. Right.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll ever be used.
Yeah, because I mean, you typically kind of stay mid-range and all that stuff, so we'll see. It may happen, or it may like occasionally occur, but we'll see. We'll see.
You know, maybe we could change it whenever you cast a spell. You can bonus action attack, huh?
Is it only cantrips?
Right now, it's worded as cantrips. I don't know if that would break anything. For right now, I can't think of it how it would break something, but just a thought. Just planting the seed.
I'll think about it, because actually, me, Pete, and a couple other people were talking about that in Gen Chat earlier today. We were talking about Eldritch Knight. Funny enough, did you know that feature that you just mentioned? That's an 18th level Eldritch Knight feature.
Yeah, but they're also fighters.
Yeah, they're
That
also
are
fighters, and they're
bad
also kind of bad. Yeah. So I'll consider it. I'll definitely look into it for sure. We're gonna test it out now and see if it's like a little strong or if it's fine. I think it's gonna be fine for now, but we got to see when Zale and you get into combat. All right. So besides that, I think you get another spell or nah.
Yeah, another spell. Everything is good to go. Ready to be imported.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna import Agni on over. With that, we got 3 more individuals, I believe. So, who's gonna be next?
I could roll.
Alrighty, go for it.
Was it D10 for me?
Yep, D10 for Blood Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up Gore. Alright, so you're at 55 HP right now. And D10, we'll see where we go.
Roll?
Hold on, let me see if you're in Foundry.
Mm.
You're not in Foundry, that's why. You lagged up.
Oh. Let me refresh. Well, then somebody else go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over here hitting roll, ain't nothing happening.
We got Cora and we got Addy Dark. Which one of you want to go?
I'll go.
Alright, let's go Cora. So that's going to be a D8 for you. So we got 42 HP. Nice! Big 7. So that's going to be 7 plus 2, total of 9. You're going to go to 51 HP. Good stuff, good stuff. So a level 6, do you get another... I always forget, do you get another cleric feature at level 6? I feel like you do. Hold on.
Another channel divinity?
I think you do. Well, I know you get something at level 6. And it's something kind of big. I don't think it's your channel divinity gets upgraded. It's something else. I think it's a sub. I'm pretty sure it's a subclass feature.
Isn't it like their Blessed Strikes thing or something they get now?
It might be, because I know Ducky, aka Ilva, she got her ability where she can just fly now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let's see this. Okay, so you get at 6th level, Soul of the Strong. So your true strength will not be hindered from otherworldly beings, and you are granted special abilities, such as this. So while you're wearing heavy armor, you gain +1 bonus to AC, and also while you're wearing heavy armor, you gain resistance to radiant and necrotic damage. So, we gotta get you that heavy armor.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
So
Oh, you're not wearing heavy armor right now, Cora?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got chainmail.
Oh yeah. Actually, no, you're good. Yeah, you got heavy armor then. So boom, I'll make sure to add that to you. So dang, if Zaman gives you that plate armor, I think they're giving it to Azora first, but once you get your plate armor, oh my god.
Zaman's giving away stuff? Oh shit.
Character development, bro. Character development. This dungeon changed them.
I gotta make mittens. I gotta make armor, bro.
I'm still waiting for my mittens, bro.
Killing
It's
people,
cold out here in the
bro.
street.
Yo, I need to kill something, man.
asked
I need
for
to
it,
do
bro.
some evil. My reputation on
You
the
asked
line.
for it, bro.
You're gonna go over and start strangling Mal.
Yeah, man. I gotta do something.
Oh man. So you got that ability. Let me know when you leveled up to D&D Beyond, and then make sure you got the 51 HP. Alright.
I'm good.
All right. You also got some spells to choose from, so make sure you got that set up, and then yeah. Alrighty. So Tito, you want to go, or you want to have Addy go?
Yeah, I'll run it back. Let's see if it works this time.
All right. 5. So we're gonna go to 6 for that, and then Gore of the Meadows. So I know you don't get a subclass feature, but you get. Do you get the Brand of Castigation? Yeah, I think you get the Brand of Castigation. I'll explain that in a minute. So you're gonna go from 55 HP to 61 plus another 2, 63 HP. So yeah, you're at 63 HP, Gore.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. So for the Brand of Castigation, if I remember right, basically it's whenever you hit somebody with an attack roll, you can choose to sear a arcane brand into them. So remember that little, you actually haven't, no, you haven't used it because, you've been working towards it. This is similar to the Red Orc's, Mark of the Demon, ability.
Right.
Yeah. So you basically, if you want to sear, like, literally a symbol of Phonax, a symbol of your god into somebody and brand them with it, you can. If you want to brand, like, a Oni symbol, whatever you want. But whenever you do so, they take psychic damage, I think, every time you hit them or something like that. And then you also always know where their location is. So if there's ever a case and scenario of like, oh man, this guy's gonna try to run and escape, Gore can go over and hit him, and then he'll always know his location, basically.
Got you. Spider tracker.
You and me both know that's way too strategic for Gore.
True. True.
You track this person, Gore? Come on, bro.
I mean, he's gonna find him. He's gonna crush him. I mean, it's very simple.
Hey man, maybe it'll be useful for them Addy Dark and Gore hunts. that definitely
They're
accomplish a
not
lot of
sanctioned
things.
to go on hunts ever
I'm not
again.
allowed to
Bro.
do hunting anymore, bro.
Ever.
We've
They gotta be
Yo,
supervised,
we've
bro.
come back with food every time, bro.
Hunting from
We've
now
come back
on.
with
They
food
gotta
and
be
supplies
Bro, you
every
have to
time,
talk
bro.
to God
Bro,
to
you
get the
come back
food.
lumped up, bro.
No
We
argument.
come back with full food and supplies.
Bro, I never
Every
see.
time.
Yo, you are the worst hunters that ever existed, bro. You come back lumped up with 3
Yo.
food stock. Like what?
Bro, you
name one
only
time we came back
TPK'd like
empty-handed.
2 or 3 times.
No, I didn't say
and
you
one
came
of the
back empty-handed.
TPKs was because of a party member
We're
trying to
great
kill
hunters,
the other.
boy. We
Bro,
hunt big
you
game.
come back lumped up with 3 food stock. Tron
big game,
did
bro.
one by himself, bro.
We hunt big game, bro.
Oh, man.
We filled up all our supplies with one, son. We hunt big
You
game.
did not fill up all our supplies.
Hey yo, hold on.
Yeah,
Hey,
he did.
hey, save the argument for the alignment talk. Come on, we gotta
Give
farm
us
content
6,
here.
bro. 6 food.
Oh goodness.
So D12.
Yeah, big D12 for you.
Oh, it's on this level though. It's a D20, right?
Yeah, of course. Not D100. D100.
Stupid.
6. All right, so I think that goes 6.5. So that goes to a 7. So Addy, let's see what you're looking at right now. So 7 plus 4, that's gonna be 11. God damn, what the fuck?
This guy is absolutely beefy.
You got
Jeez.
79 HP. Jesus.
Damn, bro, you just jumped.
And remember, he got dropped in that last fight, bro. Multiple times. He had, bro, ridiculous. And he had resistance, bro. He had like
Bro, y'all were just
140
hitting that
HP.
damn. Y'all were just hitting the Hydra, not caring about nobody.
Yeah, bro. I had temp HP and everything.
That was gore. That was gore.
Bro, y'all were just swinging.
And Gore was nowhere near.
Gore went in and got out. He said, "I'll deal. You guys can deal with that."
Oh man. So
The Lord slander.
Yeah, the only thing for level 6 I want to chat with you about, since we're in the spirit of giving homebrew feedback.
Yeah.
Can we please get difficult terrain 5 feet around me for the earth rage, and can we please increase that fire damage to my level? That half, whatever that is right now, seems so soft right now.
Let's see what we got. So if you're Reckless Inferno level 6, so basically all of your elemental rage features gain another thing. Let's look at Earth. So your strikes embody the earthquake. Once per turn when you're raging, you make a reckless attack. You can force your opponent to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. I mean, that's pretty damn good in general. That means
But the level 1 was the difficult terrain. I've been asking about the difficult terrain for level 1 for like ever. That was weeks in the ask.
I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, keep in mind if you're doing difficult terrain, that means no one should better be around you, because that's gonna affect allies as well, you know. And you're already in the front line with the whole party. Who
is ever around me anyways?
Azora, Korra, Zaman, occasionally.
Zaman knows better than to stand that close. Too close. Man. Too close.
Terrible.
I mean, I don't want to like make it like a huge amount, but I also don't want to make it a useless amount, you know? Because if I do, it's like, oh, it's 5 feet around you, that doesn't do anything. But if it's like 30 feet around you, it's like, goddamn, no one can get around you, not even your allies, right? I'm gonna write a little mental note. Maybe we can do like 10 or 15 feet, but even then, I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. So I'm gonna 15 feet around.
And then number 2 was the fire damage. That just we gotta talk about. Can you just?
So let's look at the fire damage. So blah blah blah. Fire tendrils erupt and you lash out at your foes until the start of your next turn. If a creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to force that creature to make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes fire damage equal to half your barbarian level. Yeah, as a reaction, I could kind of see that.
If that was free, that would work out well. But
Yeah,
as a reaction,
but that's a reaction,
it should
yeah.
be, a little higher.
I could see that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, I'm down to change that to your full barbarian level.
Yeah.
All right, so level 6.
Would that also be half on a save, or is it all or nothing?
That's a good question. If you're creature to a melee, it's all. I think it's all or nothing, to be honest. From what we see here, so I'm gonna change that. So barb feature for fire. We're going to make it where it's half on a successful save. Success save. I gotta go tell Matt about that since I'm changing it because that's gonna affect Zug. And then reaction.
We all know you're just gonna rage air and a punch all the times.
I know I'm gonna be like, my new motto is gonna be like that shit from Avatar. Let go your earthly tether, become like wind. It's gonna be you're about to get the Son of Arrow Chronicles for the next like
Oh my
10
god.
sessions.
Addy Dark's gonna get an arrow on his head.
Bro, this means you're gonna be able to hit 5 times with rage, or not rage, haste. That is,
That's crazy.
that is something.
And if one of them crits, it's a wrap for that person.
It's a wrap.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That
Alright.
person is getting dog piled on.
Yeah. Oh, as we've seen from this Hydra fight. So, Addy, let me know when you got your stuff updated to level 6. I mean, I don't expect you guys to fight anything today. I would hope not. But I mean, hey, if you guys fight each other, you fight each other, bro.
PvP day. It's PvP day.
Definitely PvP day, bro.
Alright.
Pit at.
So, Cora, let me re-import you. Make sure you're good. Actually, hold up. Let me go grab the Conobo.
Did you already re-import mine? I added a spell.
Not yet. Let me go get yours. Alright, so Cora's good. I gotta go grab the Conobo again, though. So, that over here. And then Addy Dark, I'm gonna import you. Alright, and then let me go get some Mon. Alright. And give me 1 second.
Mine is good now. You should be good to port me in.
Alright. And then let me make sure Gore's good.
Just don't forget the love potion.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not even looking at the mechanics of the love potion. It's gonna do what it's gonna do, bro. Alright, 47. Alright, Gore's good. Zaman is good. Make sure this is right. Addy should be good. Oh wait, hold on, your HP ain't right. You should be at 79 HP. There you go. Alright.
You should be good now. I just changed it.
Yeah. And then Agni, I think Agni's good. Azora should be fine. Yep. And I think that is everyone. Yeah, Cora's already good. Alright, dope. So if that's the case, let's get started with everything else. So now, the last time that we did this whole, well, I guess let me explain everybody else to remind everybody what's happening, and just I guess any viewers that are joining in for the first time. So essentially what we do for the likes of the Soulbound games, every single campaign, every time they level up, we have a little bit of an alignment discussion to talk about how their characters may have changed throughout the likes of their adventures, and kind of reflecting back to see exactly, well, how they've sort of acted and whether that's even how you say called for an alignment sort of shift or change. The reason why we talk about this is because we can actually get perspectives from the other players and also the other characters to see not only just how you roleplay and how that or how you view your character, but how the way you roleplay affects how others view your character. So what you may think is like, oh, well, I think that I'm playing my character in a lawful good manner. Other players, the way that it's actually perceived and by the actions that you do, it could be perceived as chaotic good or something completely different, right? It's just used to help to inform roleplay and to enhance and really sort of think of like the things that you kind of do and how it is presented, right? So, as usual, we have it where we pick one person. It's typically just random to start us off, and that person, they just stay silent. They just sit back and listen to all the sort of things that's happened, while the rest of the players, including myself, we all just talk about the things and events that have happened so far. Now, we're going to be mainly focusing on the events that's happened since level 5 to level 6. But I mean, hey, if you guys want to pull upon stuff that's happened throughout the entire campaign or even Sands of Sin, the previous campaign, by all means, go for it. But we're mainly just looking again between level 5 and 6. When did you guys get level 5? Oh boy. When did you guys get level 5? Actually, I do not remember.
Right after the TPK event.
Oh yeah, TPK
right
event after with the worst hunt ever. That's right.
The ops attacked.
The ops attack. The ops attacked after that?
I definitely were no ops.
I thought it was,
No.
wasn't didn't the
Bro,
ops
we
attack
got-
and we leveled
yeah,
up a little bit
attack
after
from the
that?
gargoyles
Nah, I
from
think
the
you
kingdom,
guys
bro.
leveled up from the TPK. Yeah, you leveled up from the
TPK,
TPK
man.
because I remember the spirits they joined in the force and all that.
Hey, that's a minute. Yeesh.
It wasn't that long ago.
No. And like I said before, you guys are going to start leveling up very, very fast now. Like, it's going to be roughly, like, every 5 to 6 sessions or something like that. But yeah. Alright, so let's do this. Let's roll a dice and let's figure out who is going to be freaking put up for the chopping block. Alright, so we're starting with Agni, who's a 1, and then Cora is a 6. And funny enough, it's going to be Cora starting us off with a 6. So, let's see what we got for today. Now, Cora, throughout the campaign, well, we already talked about her, I guess, throughout the campaign, but what's happened since, you know, the whole sort of events of the past? Well, we had the whole event where you know, she nearly died, and then fast forward a little bit, and now she can't die. A lot of shit has been just being thrown at her that she's been having to deal with for no goddamn reason. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, I guess throughout that sort of case and scenario, she also did talk to Zaman a lot. Well, not a lot, but she talked to Zaman about that whole sort of debate with, like, hey, keep your God's name out of your mouth.
Will Smith.
Pretty much. So, hey, let's talk about it. What do you guys think? Do you think Cora's alignment has shifted or changed so far? Or do you think any events has been, like, super significant to justify another alignment? Or nah, you think she's pretty much the same as before? What do you guys think?
I think she's the same, just maybe fed up, tired, exhausted. But you know, that's not an alignment. So yeah, she's still the same.
What about everybody else? What y'all think?
I don't think anything's happened enough to say she's changed enough. Yeah.
No, I mean, like you said, she stood up for her god, but I mean, we voted her lawful neutral last time, and
Yeah.
I'd say she's still the person that's going to follow the rules, and don't really matter if it's good or evil. She's going to follow, and that's kind of what she's gonna do for right now.
Yeah.
What about y'all, Kane and Addy?
No, yeah, I was gonna pretty much say the same thing. I mean, we haven't done much outside of. I would say honestly, we're all pretty much the same as of right now.
The only person I honestly think I can make a case for that might be different is Zaman. Everyone else, I feel like, is pretty much the same.
Yeah, agreed.
It's because there really hasn't been time for RP. We went into this dungeon, and it's been literally 4 sessions of getting our boots smoked.
True.
I'm not complaining about. It's just been combat heavy because what we decided to do.
But I
Yeah.
think that's fair because before that we were doing a lot of RP,
That's
except for the PPK.
That's fair.
session.
There was a little bit of chance for RP. Mainly like there was that, and I mean it was very, very brief, very, very brief. When you guys like after the I think the second floor, you guys are able to talk up a little bit. In that case scenario, wild magic occurred and Cora got a random ass pixie that's following around, and she doesn't know, but she's also immortal and all that stuff. What do you guys think about this? This is a hypothetical case and scenario. Let's say in a dream world, Cora figures out that she's immortal. Do you think that'll change her personality or nah? Probably not. Or change her alignment even? Nah.
Nah,
Nope.
The only
I
thing that
think she's too
changed-
devoted. She'd just be able to be devoted longer to her god. That's all.
and she's going to probably be more reckless than she already is, which is, yeah,
Cora
it'll be
ain't
more
even
about them
reckless.
hands.
do you
Yeah,
think-
she's just gonna be more about them hands.
You think she'll be more reckless, or what do you mean by more reckless? Like, you think that she won't take any shit from anybody else, or like even?
No, I think that she already in the front line. She's going to be more upfront than she usually is. She might completely stop casting spells and just be all about the combo.
Oh man, that is something. That is something. All right. So, anybody else got anything else? Well, pretty much anything to add to Cora.
Nope.
Alrighty. So, oh, go.
She just, is there like a alignment for best person put to sleep? Because she got put to sleep. That's about it. Like,
Oh man. It was an unlucky
Oof.
day. It was an unlucky day.
I know Addy ain't talking.
Yeah, that nigga stayed
He was
unconscious, bro.
Bruh, all I know is I need plastic surgery, bro, from that accident. I'm coming out here looking like Freddy, bro.
Oh my god. Let's get the last alignments for it. I mean, I guess we can actually chop it up to this. Does anybody not think that she's still lawful neutral? Alright, silence. That would be everybody thinks that she is still lawful neutral. So Cora is staying the same alignment. Let's talk to Daryl, the player behind Cora, and let's get your sort of thoughts and opinions. Same sort of thing. Do you think Cora has changed even slightly from sort of your perspective throughout the likes of this, past couple of sessions, or nah?
Not at all.
Not at all. How do you feel? Oh, go.
No, you go ahead.
No, it's more sort of a thing of like, I think if anything, it's funny, but her interactions with the likes of recent party members in general probably just solidifies her alignment more as lawful neutral, you know? I'd say that if anything. It's not necessarily like, it wasn't sort of, when she talked with Zaman, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, this is her being more good or even evil. This was just straight neutrality at best. Like, hey, kind of like the Will Smith thing. Keep my God's name out your fucking mouth. Pretty much like that. Like, hey, if it comes down to it, I might throw hands. So, again, just sort of, for the most part, neutral. Maybe, not really, I wouldn't say evil in that sort of case. That's more of just zealotry and, respecting person you worship and all that stuff. Do you think, now, what do you think, I asked the question to the others. If Cora found out she was immortal, do you think that she would, change in any way, shape, or form, or nah?
No, I don't think so.
I'll go with, yep.
Wait, you asking me or the others?
I'm asking you.
Oh, well, my fault.
Thank you.
Not to be honest, I think it would.
How so?
But also, right now Cora's just a humble fry cook. You know what I mean? She's just chilling. But if niggas really got beef, then what I mean. She with the Arby's, bro. She got the meats, so it's whatever.
I never thought I would have heard that line, but shit. Oh man. So
nah,
you.
If it was immortal, she would definitely. She found out she was immortal. I think it would. I think it would change anybody. Like if you found out you was immortal, I don't see how could it not.
Yeah, I mean, because basically, like, you can almost do almost anything with almost not that many consequences, at least regarding your own life, right? So it makes me wonder if more of like towards the chaotic side of things, do you think that because she can't die, and let's say she knew she couldn't die or whatever, right? Let's say when it came to taking orders, she would be less likely to listen to people because she would think that maybe she knows best or what she's capable of? I don't know how to sort of word it or phrase it, but do you think that would be a possibility or nah, not really? Do you think that would make her more independent,
Yeah. Yeah. I think it would change her outlook on a lot. Without giving any spoilers in case it does happen.
Yeah.
I think it would change a lot.
I'm not saying like because this also comes down to a sort of respect the thing, but it's just like, hey yo, let's say Agni or whatever says, hey, I need you to do this, right? Or maybe Azor says, hey, I need you to do this, but Cora believes like, hey, that's stupid, I'm gonna outlive all y'all anyways because I can't fucking die. I'm gonna do this anyways instead. Possibly for the future, but I highly doubt it,
Nah, she wouldn't do that. If War Chief told her to do something, I mean, she'll do it.
Yeah.
But like outside of War Chief, it's gonna take a whole lot of convincing. Like she got a lot of respect. I mean, she respects the whole team, but War Chief is just a little different.
Yeah.
That's El Capo.
All right. Now that is Cora's alignment. Let's go to the next individual. We're gonna roll a d6 and let's talk about it. That's gonna be a 5. Oh boy, it's Zaman. All right, chaotic evil. Let's go. That being said, what does everybody think for Zamon's alignment so far? Do you think it's changed at all, or not? I think last time we had this conversation, we were saying that hey, Zaman is like a hop, a skip, and a jump away from being on that little evil side. But I think we said neutral last time. Is that right?
No, I linked in our chat exactly what we had everyone as, and we had him as chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil. Gotcha.
Zaman neutral, really? Pure evil.
Pure evil. All right, let's talk about it. I mean, do you think? But granted, he started healing Adidar. He started being.
I'd never thought he was chaotic evil. I still to this day think he's chaotic neutral, but I think now it's just Chris is now leaning into being evil more. But I still think the character as a whole is chaotic neutral.
What was your reasoning for that again? I don't remember too much.
Why I think that?
Yeah. Why do you think he's more neutral than evil?
He does. I mean, he straight up went to the village and said, "Yo, I will put a box together, and you guys can give me feedback on what you want." He actually was going to build infrastructure for the kids to play on. He's done good things. At least he's shown he's capable of doing good. But I just think he's just he's definitely chaotic. There's no way around that. And I just think he's just more neutral than anything.
That is a good point. I think it's one of those cases and scenarios kind of similar to Navra, where it's like, what's the reasoning why he's doing it, and that might justify like his actual alignment, because if he's doing it for like, oh, I'm just doing this to get into good graces with the likes of the chieftains of the Mushroom Kingdom, whatever you want to call it, then that's more of like just again for your own sort of volition, just to be perceived as good. But if it's more so he actually is just doing it because he kind of cares, or he just wants to see them have these things, then I could definitely see that's more neutral territory for sure, or it's good actions that are making him lean towards neutral territory, right?
That's my 2 cents.
What's everybody else think? You think Zamon's alignment's changed or nah?
I mean, I'll say the same with Cora. There's just haven't been much time. It was good to see him healing Addy, of course, but we got to see if he did that because he's leaning more towards neutral or goodish, or did he was like, I don't want to get clapped, so let me get the guy getting clapped back up so he could get clapped. Like,
exactly. Like it could be very well just, hey, I need a meat shield, and Natty Dark is a good meat shield, so boom, take some healing, get back in there, champ. Oh man.
Yeah, I think for Zaman, or for all of us really, there just hasn't been enough consistency for us to change. So even Zaman healing, Addy, healing did it, then like we haven't seen enough to where I feel like it would change, even if it went from good or bad or whatever. So my vote is he's still the same. I haven't seen enough to really change my mind.
Yeah, I don't think I think it's going to be a common theme for sure. Again, not enough time compared to some of the other groups where it's just like they've been more focusing on RP and maybe even bits of exploration, depending on the group, for sure.
Like we've been in the trenches.
Yeah. The trenches.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Out the mud, bro. Out the mud.
Oh, also, let me go grab this thing, 'cause actually I forgot this. Alrighty. So, does anybody have anything else to add for Zaman?
Like I say, like he was healing enough to maybe shift a little bit towards neutral. I'd say at best neutral, but that's all it is. But that may have just been out of necessity. He didn't choose to be with Addy Dark in that situation. It happened.
Fair. I mean, well, so I guess here's a question. I mean, I already know the answer, but it's kind of funny when you think about it. Zaman 100% had the opportunity to be able to kill Addy Dark that entire time. He really did. If he, like,
it would be advantageous to him. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't even think he wouldn't be advantageous to him. That would he would get him in his sleep after there was no like fight going on or something like that. I could see that.
Well, no, think about it. Like everybody knows, you're fighting a Hydra. You're fighting enemies. You know, there's a battle going on, but no one can see what's happening in said battle, right?
Mhm.
If Addy Dark, oh no, he fell off the cliff. Maybe everybody could be like, and almost assume that maybe the Hydra threw him off or whatever. His body ended up falling off. That'd be a reasonable thing. There'd be no way to really prove it, right? Whether Zaman did or not.
But that would go back to like, yeah, but then the Hydras would look at him.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's just it's not an advantageous position.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I understand that 100%. I guess if it was just like a better case and scenario where Agni didn't call for Zaman and Addy Dark to jump down, and then B, the Hydras weren't so much to handle in general. Then I think it might have been a possibility, but who knows? I'm curious on what Zaman will say about that. If that scenario was the case. Oh boy. But anybody else got anything for Zaman? Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, let's go through final alignment votes. So Sean, what do you got for Zaman?
Oh, I'm sticking with my original. Still think he's chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral, and let's go with Azora.
Chaotic evil still.
Chaotic evil, and then Gore.
I'll stick with the evil until he does something a little bit better. I'm leaning towards neutral though, I'll be honest, but evil just because the situation.
Gotcha. All right, and then Addy Dark.
Pure evil. So, yeah, because we can call that chaotic evil for now. But yeah, pure evil.
Pure evil, you got it. All right, and then Cora, what you think?
Evil. No, it's still the same, chaotic evil.
All right, you got it. So chaotic evil is still Zaman's alignment. Let's talk to Zaman themselves. So what do you think? Do you think Zaman's alignment has changed at all throughout the likes of recent events or nah?
I think like I said previously, I thought he was chaotic neutral, but I do think he's probably healed the most he's done in a while. He gave a level 3 heal to Azora without her even being unconscious. There was a lot of healing going on.
No, she wasn't conscious. It's when
that
she
was before.
down.
He healed her when she was falling, but he healed her when she was fighting the two rolling things by themselves. He healed her versus like doing a thunder wave, which is I'm just throwing it out there. But I think I'm cool with it still being chaotic evil. I just think he's done a lot of healing. He's out of character.
It's kind of hard to justify healing because it's always going to be a case and scenario of like kind of what Kane and me were saying, like it's just not advantageous to have others go down, because that just means you're going to die in the process if you don't keep them up, right? It's just never it's always just a case and scenario of like, hey, we were mainly focusing on survival compared to and like putting our little petty differences aside, right? So it's really hard to be able to see like, oh no, this is like character development compared to, just what we got to do.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, I think Addy Dark, I mean, he's just seen it as a business transaction. I think Azora, he healed her because he actually cares about Azora. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they've had history like since Sands Ascent. They knew each other before in Sands Ascent. I don't even remember how they knew each other. I don't think it was spoilers. How'd you guys know each other? Exactly. I knew you guys were like.
We spent a lot of time together. Both as acolytes and whatnot, and I helped him with his village.
Okay.
And I was trying to help her with her situation.
Yeah, the whole
memory situation.
Yeah. All right. Oh, sounds good. Let's go to the next individual on the alignment chart. Number 1, that is War Chief themselves, Agni. So, let's talk about it. Anybody think that Agni's alignment has changed at all? Personally, nah, I don't think so. It's pretty much straight. Pretty much the exact same as before.
Still the same. And then crazy. If you call those demons to the field. Things may look different.
Zaman
did
was
not happen.
100% in favor for that, bro.
And I
Zaman
was
would have
like,
filled that.
I was like, we have to talk. I know Addie would have been like, like, excuse me, but those look like creatures of the night.
Some of them but hell spawns. Zaman was all for it, bro. He wanted it. He was ready for it.
Oh
But
man.
definitely still, I think neutral evil is what we think. Or was it lawful evil?
I
It was
said
neutral
lawful evil, if I remember right. Pretty sure I said lawful evil.
Neutral.
I think we said if anything it was neutral. If it was neutral evil, it would have been because whenever Son of Wrath kicks in and he starts burning down forest and everything. All right. I think that's.
Said, I pinged in the Discord where our chart was
Oh, yeah.
in session recap.
I can't really
Yeah,
see
neutral.
Discord, so
Yeah,
he's
definitely
neutral
said
evil.
Neutral evil. Yeah, I think we agreed neutral evil because he had chaotic moments of not giving two fucks about anything, bro. He's even said it. He will burn the world down, bro. He didn't care. He didn't care about the villagers. He definitely neutral evil.
Yeah. Oh man, it's difficult because it's just like most of the time I'd view him as lawful or heavily lawful person, but it's just some of the moments are so extreme. It's just you can't justify him being lawful anymore, right?
Yeah, he's lawful with some high chaotic tendencies, but I think his default state is lawful evil, but like he does some chaotic things periodically.
What does everybody else think on that note? Or not pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah, pretty much the same with Agni for sure.
Agni the same.
Gotcha.
Same gang.
Got it. So, does anybody think that Agni is not neutral evil anymore? Alrighty. So, alright, let's talk over with it, Agni. So, Agni, do you think your alignments have even changed? I don't think so, but what do you think?
No, he's exactly the same. Besides, there's things obviously the other players don't know that he's doing, but he's definitely exactly the same.
Do you think, I 100% doubt it. This is just more so, wondering about, character stuff in general. So how does Agni feel about this sort of tournament coming up? I know you guys have been able to talk about it, very, very briefly. But how does your character feel about this in general? Oh,
he thinks this is a great opportunity to build bonds and stab some people in the back. He's interested in fighting, but he's more interested in the people that are going to be there, especially because sponsorships were talked about, and that could be a way to fast track the building of this the civilization.
Yeah.
So he's going there with the purpose of less about fighting, more about trying to give his allies an advantage and further his ideals.
It's like he's going to E3 to network, not even play the games.
Basically.
All right. Let's go to the next individual. Let's roll a D6. Gonna be all right. That's gonna be Azora. So, all right. What do y'all think about Azora's alignment? Anything different or not? Same as before. Who do we have? For
Same Z's.
Lawful neutral. Yeah,
definitely
lawful
same.
neutral.
Definitely lawful.
Yeah. I can't think of anything crazy she's done since the village.
Nah.
That would change anything.
Well, okay, there is one thing, but you tell me what you think this is. So there was one moment with Azora where the red triangle mark came into play, and you got a message from Phoebe and all that stuff, and she has some choice words for Miss Morga over there. I don't know.
I don't.
That's the neutral side. That's why she's not good. That's exactly what we're saying.
I think the relationship we've had with Phoebe, without spoilers, justifies that reaction and wasn't that bad. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
I think that's very neutral. I think it could have been worse.
Yeah.
I think it could have been way worse. And I think people have thought worse.
If it wasn't Nephiba, it would have been very different. But like if it was just some rando that he was popping off at, it'd be different. But Gore totally understands justice means, or means the end, I guess.
Yeah. I think if it was,
She
if it was just
deserves
some
that
random
and
person,
more.
yeah.
That's lucky. That's all Azora said to her.
Yeah, I mean, to juxtapose that, I mean, when it came to Myra, however, she was the one in the group that was like, "Yo, now let's be more tempered with this."
Very true.
Fair,
Yeah, I
fair,
think lawful. I think she's lawful neutral. She hasn't. She's toting the line for sure though.
Gotcha. Alrighty, so with that said, anybody disagree or anybody would think that Azora's alignment has changed from lawful neutral? Alrighty, so lawful neutral it is. Kane. So actually, I mean, same sort of questions. How do you? I mean, you pretty much just said what you said when it came to Phoebe and all that sort of stuff. But I'm gonna throw the same question that I asked Agni. How does Azora feel about this sort of tournament and all that coming up, especially with her being? I guess when it came down to a lot of things, let's look back to the Zhao Dynasty fight, like on the bridge. Everybody kind of, if I could be wrong, didn't everybody just look towards Azora to fight, or no?
Azora volunteered.
She stepped up, but
Yeah.
Agni specifically said you could pick anyone here and they will fight you. But Azura was insistent on fighting.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So, I guess with that,
Yeah, I
sort
mean,
of,
she's
okay.
looking forward to that tournament, of course. You know, what I mean, she a little scrapper, a little scrappy do. You know what I mean? But nah, she would rather. I mean, I don't know how this whole tournament thing works. Like, I don't know if it's 2v2s, 1v1s, or like whatever. But of course, she would be willing to represent, I guess, the Golden Knights
That's what I was
alongside
actually
whoever
gonna
else.
say. Yeah, so it's like, do you? I mean, granted, like you mentioned, and that is true. Anybody, literally, anybody of the Voting Knights is down to pretty much throw down. But with Azora having, I guess, the only experience with an outside force besides you guys, that, like, aka the Zhao Dynasty, like actually fighting them, you know, and fighting one of their captains. Representing your team, do you think that comes with a little bit of pressure or anything like that?
Yeah,
Or-
of course. I mean,
Oh, go.
yeah, she's. I was about to just say some troll comment. It just came to my head, but I was about to be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do a lot of RP sessions to get that DM inspiration for those fights, but all jokes aside, yeah, she definitely has that pressure, of course. I mean, even though I guess you could say that fight came to a draw, you know, in her mind, you know, she still kind of low key lost because she wasn't as strong as him. You know, she looked at it like I couldn't defeat him, so then you know it was an L. Because if we come to a situation in which we have to fight those individuals, she knew in that very moment she wasn't able to protect her family.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure riding on her for the tournament for sure.
Interesting. I have a question, but I think I'm gonna save that for Hannibal to ask when it comes to this tournament. And what exactly is she fighting for? But
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, fighting that Hydra, she was like, damn, I should have stuck around for those Hannibal lightning lessons.
Oh god. So yeah. Alright, so that being said, let's go to the next individual. We got left up Addy Dark and Gore. Let's see who we got. We're gonna go to here. I'll just go to the closest number next. 6. Alright, that's gonna go to Addy Dark. Alright, Addy's alignment. You think what do we have for him? What are you
Lawful
gonna-
good.
Lawful
Awful
good.
With a
That's
lot
right.
of propaganda, bro.
A lot of propaganda. Anybody think Addy Dark's alignment's changed from lawful good? Oh god. I mean, shoot. I just don't think there was anything that he could have did. Recently, I'm trying to think back like everything that's happened. I think it's just been literally Addy Dark has been hitting X. Hitting X.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Sometimes
Especially
it's all
husband
you
night
need.
creature. He's following the same thing, bro.
Yep.
Hit X.
I don't think he has any moral dilemmas passed
Nah.
on him yet. So
Nah.
he's pretty much the same person.
You think I mean, I don't think it would be anything. What if Addy Dark just sees a night creature at the tournament? What do you think happens?
He's killing them,
Or you already know what's gonna happen.
bro. It's
Bro, like, okay,
instantaneous.
so imagine this. So the rules say, let's say, I don't know, the rules state you cannot kill anybody except for inside the arena, right?
He doesn't
Addy
care.
Dark sees Addy Dark sees this. You think he's just gonna break the rules anyways and kill him, even if
Yeah,
it's
he definitely's dogmatic in that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he kills him
he
and
definitely
throws
should have
the
that.
body into the arena and says it
And
counts.
then kills him there.
Yep.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Like he knocks
It
him
doesn't-
unconscious, drags the body into the arena and kills him. And says
oh,
it's done.
shit.
Remember,
That's what he's
Addy Dark. Addy Dark is in the lawful, as in he follows rules. He's lawful as he follows his own code. So
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
he'll like, and his code is to kill night creatures. So he's going to kill it on site and has in disregard of whatever this tournament says.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, I guess I think that's two different things because you'll see my point in a second. So you think that Addy Dark would specifically figure out the rules, try to, you know,
What's his
technically follow
intelligence
them-
No,
again?
technically follow
What's
them
his
by
intelligence
knocking him
again?
out and then killing him inside the ring. That's what you guys think would happen, compared to
No.
him just walking over and just killing him on site.
No, he
think
kills
he'd
him on
kill
sight and throws the body in the ring, and be like, he wasn't dead, but we all know he was dead before.
Yeah.
He'd be
Yeah.
like, you can't trust these night creatures. Look,
Hey.
he's gonna get back up.
We're
You
not
he's
for
gonna
sure if
double
he's dead
tap,
yet,
shoot.
and we'd all be staring. Body's shaking, rigor mortis kicking.
And he will probably double tap him. He probably pulse him in a ring, jump, does a backflip, and like crushes his body or some stuff. And then like, yeah, I
Oh
killed him
my
in the ring.
God.
But he's
Be like,
definitely
I know
killing him
their
on site.
tricks.
It doesn't have to be his matchup. None of that, bro. He's killing him.
So, if that's the
I once
case,
saw
I
a
mean,
night
this,
creature play dead for 2 weeks. Like
This is
something
all-
like that, bro.
this is all hypothetical, so it doesn't really count for nothing. But if he did this, and let's say in the rules it's like, hey yo, if you do this sort of thing, this or the faction or organization that you represent is I don't know, vulnerable to being like not executed, but taken out of the tournament, banned from the tournament, right? And that could screw all of you guys over. Do you still think he does it? And he knows this. He knows that this will
Yes.
happen if he does it.
I
Yes.
think he believes in his mind. I would find a way to get him out of it, but I still think he'd do it.
Because he's going to think of the greater good. His mind is the greater good is killing this night creature immediately. The tournament is not as important.
What I will say is, I think in that scenario he would talk to us about it first.
I would.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
I
he'd
don't
talk
know.
to us about it.
I don't know. I don't
He
know.
does. He does say he will say before I do this, is anyone try to stop Addy Dark? That's what he would say. Addy
That's
Dark
more,
wouldn't
that's
talk.
more of the player talking rather
That's,
than
but that's
Addy
the
Dark.
player.
bro.
I don't think the actual. I don't
Nah,
think
you're
Addy
right.
Dark would actually
Alright.
talk to us.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I don't think he would actually talk to us. I think is going to give us the heads up that he's about to do some reckless stuff, but I don't think he's actually. Addy Dark is just going to do it.
No, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Ah, gosh. So that's gonna be an interesting thing. I might have to throw a couple of night creatures at this tournament just to see what happens.
This
We
is
already know.
exactly why Agni is going to take precautions and not fight and try to get on people's good side because something's gonna go left. I'm gonna have to bail someone out.
Sean's like, I've watched enough anime to know the tournament arcs never work out.
You gotta have that bail money,
it's
bro.
not about fighting. The tournament arcs
Some-
are not about fighting.
Never.
Somebody
about
gotta have that bail money, bro.
It's about sending a message.
It really is about sending
Somebody
the
gotta have that
message.
bail money.
Oh man. All right, so let's go to alignment votes. Cause it might have a different sort of thing. We'll see. Sean ain't here, so we're gonna go to Zora. What do you think Addy's alignment is?
Yeah, definitely still lawful good.
Good. All right. Tito.
Still lawful good.
Awful good. Zaman.
Lawful good.
And Cora.
Definitely goody two shoes.
All right. So, oh dang, Addy isn't here at the moment. I want to actually ask him a couple questions. Asshole good. All right. Let's go to the. Oh, there it is. Never mind. But yeah, I was just gonna ask. What would? Because I'm just curious. What would Addy Dark do in that sort of situation with the whole night creature at the tournament? What do you think he would do?
I'd body him for sure. If like I knew the rules before then, I would just body him within the rules that I interpreted, but he'd get bodied for sure. And I would give the as a player, I'd be like, hey guys, I'm about to do something reckless, just a heads up, and then I would do the thing reckless. That has nothing to do with the character though. That's just me being a good player, I guess. And then yeah, I guess in the scenario where it would affect the team, I think I would still body him because the team understands that I body these dudes and they will understand my respect.
The team understands.
Like,
bro.
hey, man,
I would expect nothing less.
listen, I made it completely clear. If you didn't expect it, that's your fault.
Like y'all already know what the MO is. Like they should know. They should know. They should be helping me body them. If anything,
Aren't you here?
Like Gore would be like, well, I guess this is what it is now. Like,
tournament? I thought it was a brawl. Like that's what that shit's gonna be. Just turn to a free for all, bro. Royal Rumble, let's go.
he would tell you, I think you misunderstood the rules, but let's get it while we got to.
Yeah, I mean, I always constantly say this as a DM. You are going to put the team in a predicament whenever you toss a night creature in that perhaps we shouldn't be killing, or perhaps may fuck over the rest of the team because I'm just going to kill the night creature. Like, you have that lever to pull whenever you want because it's going to happen. Like, we all know what's going to happen. Like, So we've just gotten lucky enough where the few times we have seen night creatures, they have been very threatening.
Very bodyable.
They've been very bodyable.
And in positions where like they should be bodied.
Yeah, they were definitely looking like they wanted to get bodied, so we gave them the business. But yeah, if we find out that like somebody's got a cousin or something and they 1/16th night creature on their once removed uncle side,
It's
like
probably gonna be Zaman, bro. It's 100% Zaman. It's 100% Zaman.
This is all we got, bro.
These have techno werewolf. What is that like?
Yeah, werewolf, bro. Like we gonna find out, bro. But yeah, it adds an interesting concept. It's also funny to hear you all talk about how much I would just body a night creature immediately on site. That's just funny. I just was dying,
bro. Because it's true, bro. We already know. There
was no hesitation. There was no like, no, we killed a night creature, and then we either have to bail him out or bail him out of jail afterwards. But the bribe some politicians, like, yeah, like okay.
If the night creature was the ruler of the free world, he would die, and we will all be on the terrorist hit list, bro. It would just be bad.
That's definitely the truth, bro. By all means, we just have to expect that.
Yep.
Damn. All right, and last but not least, let's go over to Gore, and then after that we got D&D. So, Gore of the Meadows, what do you guys think their alignment is? If it's changed at all?
I like to change it to a chaotic clutch after that Hydra fight.
Chaotic clutch. Ah, man.
Wasn't it chaotic stupid before?
Nah, I think it's chaotic zealot.
We had him as chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Copy.
I don't know. I don't think it's. I mean, I don't think it's. I don't think he's really done anything to justify it, like going up to chaotic good. To be honest, I don't think he has done anything for that. I don't think he's also done anything evil for it to go down to chaotic evil. I think it's just Gore. Anybody got anything else?
Just protect your wallets, man.
Protect your wallets. All right.
He's chaotic neutral. He's just Gore. That's Gore.
Yeah,
that's Gore. All right. Well, anybody got anything to add to this or anything to say? Okie dokie. So, Gore is going to be chaotic neutral as well. Get the sort of players' sort of input. Tito, do you think Gore's changed at all? Even a little bit, like over the past couple events?
Gore is about being Gore. He sticks to his word, does what he does. He had to do some crushing. Man, just in here to do the good old work of Hades' Kitchen.
I will ask this question. So, after nearly dying with the likes of Korra and Adidart, did that change him at all, or is it just still Gore? Like, how does he feel about that whole situation that he could have straight up died? Like all his friends could, well, his people could have died as well.
His thing, I think it strengthens his resolve. He's always like, if he dies or anything like that, or if he gets close to death, it's always a test from Phoenix, and he only survived because he is strong enough for Phoenix. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's always We're talking Zealot here, bro. If I lose, I still won because it was showing me how strong Eddie Dark was, and that's why Phoenix had me with him. Like that's all.
He's always gonna find a justification for it, right?
Yep. He's not dead yet. As long as he's still alive, he's justified.
Even you think if Gore died, would he still like? I don't know. I know he's dead or whatever. How would he feel about that? Like, I don't know if he's an afterlife ghost, he can't do shit anymore. Like, would he still be like okay with that, or how do you feel about that?
Well, the fact that he's like he went through like probably like that 50 years of insanity point already. Like he would probably think that being a ghost is an easier way to kill a god. Like by some logic, you had to be a ghost. You had to be a ghost to kill a god proper.
Damn, he would figure out a way to justify it no matter what, even in death. Oh man.
Yeah.
Straightforward, to the point. Alrighty, so with that being said, here's what we got for y'all. I'm gonna get the music bot set up. Give me 1 second. I will say this. Oh, did I tell you guys about the announcement with the new map maker? I think I did, right?
I think last week.
You mentioned it because we were asking about the updated like war room and shit.
Yeah. So I gotta send like a couple of changes and modifications. They have the map for the Mushroom Village, but it's not accurate because it's missing it's missing the arena and the houses. But he has the what do you call it? The war room for the most part.
That's all I care about. That's all that matters. It's done.
It is missing one chair. It is missing a chair or two. So y'all gonna two of y'all gonna be standing, bro. So yeah, I gotta tell him like, hey, we need 6 chairs and all that stuff, or however many you requested. But yeah. So you're gonna have to use your imaginations for that one. All right.
All good.
Let me do this. Alrighty, and let me pull up my notes if we can. Alright, let's do this. So, oh, did not work. There we go. So, if I could have each and every single one of you all gather around the table, and let me tell you all a Voden fable. To gather around for the tale of these survivors, all looking forward to the tale of the looming corruption, and that of a jaded destiny. For this, my friends, be the infamous tale of the Valley of Dreams, and the legendary tale of the Soul Bound. Previously, the Voden Knights would be locked in combat against the mechanical Hydra by Nazgul Specialties. Here our warriors would join forces to face their foe, but things would look dire as the Hydra's blood had been infused with acid, and with each strike, each blow, the Voden Knight's skin and metal exterior would begin to melt away. Things began to look even worse as when the heroes began to gain ground. The Hydra would merge several heads, separating our heroes into different layers of the region. With unlikely allies and Adidark and Zaman forced to team up, one could not deny their cohesion when it came to striking forth and joining in the likes of teamwork. Meanwhile, Azora and Agni begin to do as they do, bringing forth a fiery and icy combo. Meanwhile, Gore and Korra battle it out in the depths of the abyss at the base of the Hydra. However, as our heroes began to take out the Hydras one by one, Mao, your Red Panda Artificer, would be taken by the Hydra and begin to retreat further and further into its domain. After a bit of time and tagging together, striking over to the likes of the Hydra, rushing after it to save the likes of their Red Panda Artificer, it would be up to Zaman, the Warforged Druid, to lock themselves into an arcane clash of a lifetime, as he channeled the power of the storm, striking down the Hydra and standing tall amongst the Voden Knights. With that, you all would look around to see as the Hydra is no longer moving, no longer alive, and no longer powered on. But we'll all have to see the aftermath of these events, the aftermath of this war, in Session 13 of Valley of Dreams. With that, friends, we're going to pick back up exactly where we left off, and we're going to send you guys to the map of this giant laboratory or factory or whatever the hell this place you want to call it.
Whilst it's loading, it's technically, we don't know this, but it's nighttime, correct?
It would be, no, I think it's daytime.
Really? Goddamn.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
daytime. You guys, it would have been nighttime for last session. I just didn't change the map. That was it. All right. So it would be daytime for sure. You guys are gonna have to make some con saves for exhaustion and all that. Actually, would you? Your character sheets reset. No, you still have to do it because you haven't slept yet. So let's get this out of the way real quick, and let's do that. So, I need each and every one of you to make some Constitution saving throws to resist some exhaustion for the time being. If you,
I'll go first. Oh, well, never mind.
24. No, you can just all do it at the same time. I can see.
Copy.
All right. 10, 16.
Zora still got that adrenaline pumping from that crit.
Zamon's still going hard, bro. Still making saving throws from the last time.
20. So it seems to be that. Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you guys are good. I'll have to make one for Mal. I'm gonna do that in just 1 second. But in the meantime, you guys
never
seem
coming
to
out with us
be.
again.
Bro, come on. Mal held it down.
Oh, he did his
No.
thug dizzle.
No,
He
he
ain't
did
gonna
good,
want
but he's
to.
probably looking at us like, yo, I was on death's door too many times for my liking.
So was all of us.
Oh man. Constitution saving throw. Let's see if he's taking a nap. 19.
Hey, Mal.
There we go. So I actually do have so I said since Madraw is a player now in the campaigns for Soulbound, he's gonna be making a lot of NPC art for the likes individuals across the campaigns. I figure since Mao, you guys would probably agree, Mao had his time to shine. I'm giving him some commissioned art soon.
Hey,
That's
shout
what's
out.
up.
He deserves it.
So we will see. We got to go through NPCs for every campaign, but you guys can think about which NPC next y'all want to get commissioned for that.
Trog.
Come on, what about Gashir, the noxious blade?
Oh no.
I kind of like looked at that Gashir, I ain't gonna lie. I like how he looks.
He looks like he's weak. I love the weak.
He looks obnoxious.
Oh man. All right. So that being said, as you all look around and about, you see as the Hydra heads have definitely stopped glowing with this sort of arcane light. Zaman sort of seems to have their hand raised as they call down the lightning strike onto this mechanical beast. With that, you see as he drops his arm, and you all look towards one another. And it seems to be that you all stand victorious to live another day. You're exhausted, you're injured, but damn it, you guys finally did it. With that, you look over and you see as the spirits themselves begin to slowly form, one by one. And as they do, you notice as they'll begin to raise their hands and begin to slowly restore the likes of your wounds, restore the likes of your energy and more, before you guys seem to be back to, for the most part, normal. Oh shoot, actually I just thought about something. Question. Didn't you guys say that Mao and I think Trog, they level up every time you guys level up? Or no?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Alright, I'm gonna level up Mao in the background then. Alright. So, as this is sort of happening, you look around and about. You see as a couple of spirits are actually looking around in the area, but you do notice as there is the main head honcho spirit in Bilroy, the individual who helps with all the buildings. You can talk to them if you wish, but you can also talk amongst yourselves as you look around in this strange foreign land. What do you all say, and what do you all do?
Finally, it's over.
I will say that was a hell of a victory night.
Oh my god.
We should all be impressed and proud of ourselves. No machine will stand in our way. No man will stand before us. No op dare shows its face in front of us. Relish in this victory.
Agni, I think it's a lot to learn here. This could be potentially fruitful of us if me and Mal study this area.
You can take all the time you want to study. However, there's something I've been meaning to tell you all. We don't have much time here. Way before the sky lit on fire, a warning was given to me. And I'd say we're about that time for that warning to come to fruition. I was told by some voice I've never heard before in my head, some type of an attack will happen around this time. We might be in danger, or the village might be in danger. I will say, you should look amongst the wreckage here. Find what you need. You and Mal both. I'm sure there's plenty to be discovered. But we either need to rest right now or ensure the safety of the village.
I think the village is the top priority. So me and Mal will be swift, and then we can head back and use what we find to, I guess, enhance our defenses.
Don't we ever get a break? Can't we like fight some ants or something?
Break when there's time to crush.
You're on break right now.
Fair enough, fair enough. We'll see as he sort of picks himself up, dust off the bits of sort of soot on his face, and just starts looking around pretty much towards the entire area.
Mal, I'm proud of you. You did an excellent job. You held your own, and you are one of the key reasons we survived. I know that you were unconscious for a bit, but you really prove your worth and value to the Knights.
Well, I mean, hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I just tried my best. Well, again, thanks to all of you guys, because you definitely did keep me alive for sure. And hey, I mean, you're able to sort of find me and save me, especially from the likes of that guy. I'm pretty sure that, well, my eggs were cooked after that one. But it is much appreciated. Thank you, guys. You, also, Zaman.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but, Zaman, you mentioned that you want to sort of, study here and try to figure all this stuff out. I mean, yeah, it is, definitely a little interesting for sure. Well, I'm not entirely sure what we would find. That kind of gets me excited, but, also makes me wonder on, well, one, why the hell this Hydra was here in the first place? And two, are there more creatures like that hiding somewhere in here, further down? If there is even a further down, right?
And three, were they created or were they born? Because if they were created, that would be quite interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing with Nazgul specialties, it sounds like a, I don't know, it just sounds like a organization or something, so it's maybe someone made him, but not sure why.
If it can be... Go ahead, Zara.
These place, and she like bends down and puts her hand on like the metal grates and all that, and she says, "These places cold. There's no warmth here, no life. Something tells me whatever comes or came from this place is of a creation, not born naturally." Now, the who created it, that is definitely a question. And how long ago? But more importantly, for what purpose?
you see Zaman. He's still kind of in his like mineral form, and he says, I hear you, Azura, but I feel connected to this place somehow. Like the resonance in the metal, it speaks to me as if there's more to this place.
Yeah, I mean, well, perhaps, but I think it is a good idea that you and Mal take all the time you need to figure out these places. Well, the Hydra creature there. See if you can scavenge any parts and then figure out what can be done here. Imagine we have an ability to create an army of machines to fight against the ops or other enemies. I could picture a situation in which we leave machines to protect the village in our absence one day. But perhaps we're far from that.
Azura, this is why we've been friends for so long. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Well, I'll leave it up to you two, as you are the brains of the operations when it comes to these type of things. But Agni, as you are saying, apparently, well, so far you haven't been wrong regarding what we can expect. If we're in a situation in which we have another war coming to our front steps, then it's best we get prepared and make sure whoever comes to Grandma's door knows that the Voter Knights will clap back.
So, last sort of thing before we head over to Gore, Cora, and Addy Dark. Mal would just mention, hey, Zaman, you think we gotta, or you want to sort of scrap the parts of the Hydra and afterwards look around, see if we can find something real quick?
Yeah, let's do that. I think we should. Well, our cart is probably up top, but we should be able to take whatever we harvest with us back to the village.
All right. That being said, Mal's gonna give you advantage on a survival check to scrap the Hydra.
Real quick, I stepped away for a second, but what are these guys doing here?
So these were the individuals who gave you out of game. They gave you the level up. In game, basically, they came to heal the likes of your wounds, like that, as they've always done whenever you guys level up or gain strength.
Okay.
They are still sort of looking around right now, looking at all of the sort of infrastructure and more. They're just chilling at the moment. So if you do want to speak to them, feel free to do so. All right. But for right now, we'll handle that in just a second. Let's go to let's go to the two individuals, and we're gonna tackle Addy last. So Cora and Gore, what are you two doing?
You can go ahead, Gore.
Gore would come over here and be like, "Sparkly one, thank you for taking care of the quiet one."
Oh.
And Gore just points over at Cora.
Oh, yeah. It was nothing.
Gore's a man of his word. How does he pay you back? Gold? Maybe one of these crystals they're always crushing about.
Gold is something. Magic is another thing. She sort of looks at you. I think it's just sort of ponder. Hey, what's the deal with that axe?
Okay. Gore looks down. The axe? It's a gift from Phoenix. A gift from the serpent. Gore has gods to slay.
How much do you really like that thing?
Jesus Christ. Gore was told this was to slay a god.
Wait, hold
Gore's
on.
only purpose is to slay a god.
Which god exactly? We're not talking about Ambrosi, right?
Of course not. Gore would never.
Oh, that's canon.
The voice.
Yo,
Got a little quieter.
Oh.
Gore would never.
Of course, Gore never did such a thing. What? Oh, I'm dead, bro.
One time Gore was quiet.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
no.
crazy.
Well, good. I'll tell you what, because I did have to do a lot of work, and it was a lot of effort to do so. I could have saved some lives out there. We'll chalk it up to 20 gold, a mana crystal, and I get to use the axe.
The gold, nothing. The crystal, the axe.
I didn't stutter, did I? Gold?
Unfortunately,
Crystal
gold did.
Oh, I mean, should I break it down a little bit again? The gold, crystal, looks nice and shiny, and then the axe. I think that should
Sparkly one.
suit.
You could barely hold this. Gore uses so much strength for it.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. And we'll
Oh,
see how
here,
that goes. Yeah, that -1. Oh, yeah. Nah. Yeah, nah.
I'm delete her token and bring her back in. Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be true. But I mean, I don't really have to hold it like this. I could always just, I have my ways of being able to hold it. And I just want to see it anyways. I just want to, borrow it.
Gore would, goddamn Gore being a man of his word. Is this the cost for keeping the quiet one alive?
Yeah, you could say that. Consider it,
Phoenix.
consider this, gold expense a little bit of, what's the way to put it? We'll call it a subscription.
Oh no! Oh man.
There's nothing else she really needs to axe though. She really needs to axe though, bro. So fuck. What would Gore do?
Max is just yelling at me in chat.
Bro, you know what you are, bro. Come on now.
Just channel your inner scoop, man.
Yeah. Phonax must have meant this to be. If this is the only thing that it takes to pay Sparkly One. Our debt! Oh. Gore's debt is paid. In more than in full. How do you say when it's more than in full? Shit. Fuck. Yeah. Gore's paid twice over with this. So Gore slowly extends the axe out to her. And the other things that were requested.
That being said, as you do, you see that she has a bright old smile on her face, and she begins to take the gold, pocket it, take the mana crystal and more. See, this is a relic to Ambrosi, and she's gonna pocket that one. She takes the axe and immediately begins to sort of fall directly down to the ground, hits the with a tinging sound amongst the metal and steel. That's not gonna do. And I guess also, hey, you. She's gonna look over to Cora.
Yes.
Hey, you did well so far. So I guess I think I had my fill for now. Here, have a couple trophies from Ambrosie's, and she is gonna do this. All right, Cora, I need you to roll. Hold on, let me see. You're about to get some wacky shit. boy, when this...
Korra has the most bonuses ever. Just has the
It's
big
not
head
useful,
code for
I
no
can
reason.
tell you that much. It is not useful.
Straight big head code.
Cora
though,
just
big
lives
head
the
code.
wackiest life.
Things just happen at her. It just happened to her,
Like,
bro.
if Cora wrote a book, it would be the most interesting book.
It would be
Roll
the
3D
mini transformations of Aurora.
Roll 3D100, Cora.
3D100.
This is gonna be something.
Oh wait, I think I did this wrong. No,
If he rolls 100, we all level up.
Oh, that'd be great.
But something does happen if you roll 100.
Level up.
Wait, what the hell? That's cool.
I don't know if it's right.
No, I got you. So you're gonna do. So if you click in the bottom right, you'll see the furthest sort of thing. It's like the 2 dice. You just click on that 3 times and hit roll.
Oh shit.
Rolling that strong 15.
All right, so we got 78, 71, and 31. Okay. Oh, wait, that's actually really good. What the fuck? I didn't expect that one. Okay. All right.
I did.
You see,
Whatever it
as
was,
she begins
Cora
to.
rolled.
Actually, wait. It might not be as useful to you specifically, but we'll see. You see, as there is a small book, and the book itself has a holy symbol to the likes of Ambrosia, as usual. You can read into that or identify that later. 71 is. Oh god. You see a couple of sort of I don't even know how to explain this. It's more of oh god. It's basically sheep's wool, to say the least. You just see like just sheep's wool off to the side. And it seems to have the likes of a strange sort of coloring to it. It begins to like constantly sort of shift colors from like reds to sort of greens to yellows, maybe even purples and all that sort of stuff. Not entirely sure what that's all about. The last thing you see is you just see like a random sort of sewing needle that has a bit of glitter onto it. Just a couple of random sort of gifts before I go. That being said, you'll see as she begins to look over, nod towards Gore, and she will slowly shift into the likes of a small hawk. As the hawk begins to sort of latch onto the axe of Dendar itself, you'll see as she begins to start flapping her wings and flies off with all the gold, the mana in hand, and more. That she sort of screeches, never to be seen again until the next time. So there you go. That
Is there a way you can send me that list?
yeah, I can write it down. and
You
send
don't
it.
gotta do it now. I mean, just. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna type it up in the meantime. But anything else you two are talking about in the meantime before I head over to Addy Dark?
Nah, Cora's just gonna go back to writing her journal.
All right. That being said, anything from you?
Gore's
Gore?
gonna look and see himself axeless and be like, "Why is it always the sparkly ones?" And that's all.
All right.
Addy Dark that is going to move over to Gore and pat him on the back and say, "Baby mama drama, huh?"
Gore has no babies.
Cannon.
Feathery one. You must have hit your head when you fell.
I've seen it. You bartered for another day. You're behind on payments. Seen it many times in my village. Lots of nomads. I believe.
Yeah.
Gore will put his hand on his shoulder. No, furry feather one. This was for the quiet one's life. Gore's the man who pays his debts.
That pixie support system crazy.
Honestly.
Gore, there's no reason to be proud. We've all been there, man. We've all made mistakes. Even I have felt the temptations. Not of the night. It was during the day, but temptations nonetheless.
Gore would look at you terribly confused. probably the most confused you ever seen Gore look at you. His face almost like stone confusion.
I would go do what I wanted to do before now, and cruise on over. Are these still here? That's the thing I wanted to ask you. Are these?
Yeah,
wild
they're
wolves
still
still
here
on?
for like I think 10 minutes until you dispel them.
Do they just do their own thing for 10 minutes?
Yeah, they do pretty much what you kind of tell them or command them to do. Now, I'm in the works. I was talking to Max about this. I'm in the works of thinking of a way to homebrew this item to change it to where you can use it a lot more often. Maybe for a little bit less of time, but you can just use them a little bit more often. So it's not like, oh, you use them, then you can't use them again for like 20 sessions, right? So, but I haven't thought of it too much. But besides that, you guys have a bunch of lines that you can use for whatever you need.
Okay, so they're still cruising around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think the one thing I will do is I'd move to both of them and get some pets in, obviously, right behind the ears, as most wolves, you know. Yeah, I would ask them to scout around a little bit, see if there's any more foes. You know, I guess I don't know how I do that, and just spiritual wolf energy. I have no idea.
So it would be a little easier. So one thing you guys gotta remember is that you guys are kind of stuck here at the moment. You are down, basically, I believe it's around 80 to 100 feet or something around that sort of distance, with not really much of means to be able to get out unless you guys have any means of flight, right? So you're gonna have to start carrying each other out of here to get back onto the platform off to the side and then, you know, escape the way you came.
Gotcha. I thought it was
I might have a means of flight. Give me a second. I need to do some research.
Alright.
Cora can fly. Well, she's currently flying.
How long does that last? I think the flight would have dropped by now because it's only for a minute. Actually, let me check.
It was an hour.
Oh, actually, you might be right. Let me see how long the fly spell lasts. 10 minutes. Yeah, it would have dropped by now.
How far up is the platform?
80 to 100 feet. We'll chalk it up to 80 for now.
Okay. Zora would ask these spirits. I don't know what time of day it is, but she'll say, "Good afternoon. Quick question, if you have the time. Where do you all go when you're not here? Like, do you see all? Like, what draws you to us in our time of need?"
Oh, yeah, I can answer that. I just see as the head's builder spirit will begin to speak. So where do we go? Well, I mean, we're always just around here in Voden. Typically, I mean, there's dozens and dozens, if not hundreds and thousands of us, but we all sort of, you know, go between the differing sort of groups. I guess they refer to them as the marked ones or the soulbound or whatever you want to call them, right? The people with the doohickeys on their hands. It kind of points towards yours.
And just another question: Who do you report to? Who is the leader of you all? Like,
you see, the other group in the desert asks that same question. I'm gonna respond the exact same way. Like they asked it 5 minutes ago. But just know, he's just the head honcho. You can refer to him as the first. Any more than that, and you'll die.
sounds about right. Is there any way to meet this individual? Are they on this plane of Vodan?
No and yes to those questions respectively.
Understood. And your name?
I'm sorry. I guess, yeah, this is the first time we've met. My apologies. Oh my gosh, we really got to work on this customer service. Guys, All right. We're gonna have to have a company meeting because this is ridiculous. After Phoebe has already sort of yelled at us about it, after Ilva and all that sort of shit, we got to get this together. I am so sorry. My apologies. I am Bilroy. Pleasure to meet you. I'm the head builder spirit of all these individuals.
You work with. She's just thinking. Shake her head. Never mind. And she's starting to understand that they're all connected. Her and the other marked ones, as he said. And she'll just nod and she said, "It's a pleasure. My name is Azor Lunista." And she'll say, "These, I'm sure you've seen us many times, but to formally introduce us, these are the Voden Knights.
Oh yeah.
We appreciate all that you and your kind does for us. You are a vital part of this world. I may not fully understand it, but your hard work does not go unnoticed. I thought I'd come over here and share that with you."
I'll see as he kind of blushes and say, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate that." Oh, also, we're not just here. There's actually a couple of things, but I think Zaman, he's the one that typically talks to us all the time, so you can maybe just sort of spread the message over. But there's a couple of things that I need to let you guys know for when it comes to, building up, your little village, I guess you can call it, civilization, whatever. That sort of whole thing. So, the first one is, I might have mentioned it to him before, but, with a couple of new buildings on the way, we've been a little bit backed up. The head honcho, the first, they've kind of, been a little bit busy recently. So they're working on getting the pipeline sort of fixed for everything. But hey, once that happens and occurs, we'll get you the whole list of new buildings and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, there are a couple of buildings such as mana-related buildings for any sort of arcane means that you guys can build now. You're going to want to at least build the sort of mana generator, though, and that's going to change everything. So I know you guys are really into magic and all that stuff, knowing nothing of how you are, Zora. So
can I? Do I overhear this?
You got a high enough perception. You probably could.
Zaman was to say, "Yes, mana generator."
Yeah. What he said. So yeah, you're gonna want to build that, and it's gonna change a lot how mana crystals and stuff work. Not gonna lie, but I think you'll probably really enjoy it for sure. But build it, and then I'll walk you through the little ropes.
Agni, I say we build it.
Definitely appreciate that tidbit of information. Two last questions I have for you. One, what would you recommend?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I actually do have one last thing. So the other thing, this one's going to be a little bit more interesting. So since you all have sort of, grown in strength and have several seasons on your belt, now you guys can all do another thing, such as, well, to put it lightly, trading resources between the other marked ones. I just explained this to the desert groups and all that sort of, or he said group, singular, not plural. But essentially, if you ever have an overabundance of things, like, I don't know, whether it's medicine, mana, materials, or whatever that you don't really want, you can always offer it to another group and try to request something else in return. All you got to do is just let me know which materials you want, or whatever it may be, and then who you're trying to ask it for. And I got a guy, his name is Gary. He's going to get you set up with that.
I'll tell you right now. She said, we appreciate that information. Perhaps something like trading will become useful in time, and to have a neutral party such as yourselves be the arbitrators of that would be quite a welcome assistance. The two questions I have for you lastly is, for someone who is more interested in the martial abilities rather than the arcane, what type of building would you recommend?
Martial instead of the arcane. Well, I guess on that one note of a sort of mana thingy, just to sort of jump off that real quick, you can actually start, once you learn how to do it, if you got somebody's interested in sort of rune crafting, you can always enhance your sort of weapons to become magical, even your armor and your abilities and all that stuff. That is something that's useful. You guys already built an arena, but it's kind of small. It's a little fighting pit. You can always try to start building a coliseum at this point.
Appreciate that information. And lastly, what is it that you all like? Is there something you like to eat, a favorite snack or a favorite item or gift?
Oh no, we don't need to eat. We're all dead.
Well, perhaps there is something we can do to return the favor. Now, take a long time as you need to think about it. But when all this is said and done, a warrior must always show their appreciation, even when it is not required. So there will be no for an answer, but take your time. But when you do come up with one, let me know.
Fair enough. You just keep passing us those little soul coins, and we'll do what you got, or do what you need.
And she nods.
How do we get more soul coins?
I don't know. Find them.
You said his name is Elroy?
Billroy.
Gilroy.
Elroy. Cora asks, you mentioned someone named Phoebe. What do you know about this one?
Well, I mean, I just sort of work with them in the desert. I've already said a lot between a lot of the groups, a lot more than I probably should. And it goes across all around the board. But, yeah, I mean, Phoebe sort of is with one of the other marked groups.
Just out of character, did y'all already do like the investigation or survival check or whatever on the Hydra?
Still waiting on that.
Did you make
No,
the roll? Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
22.
he got a 26.
26.
Yeah.
What else were you saying, Cora?
No, I guess that's it then.
All right. Oh, and actually, speaking of which, I mentioned to the other groups, well, at least that one, that hey, they should check their sort of I don't know what you want to call it, a voicemail or whatever. Anyways, they did actually leave a message for you, so you do want to eventually check that out. And I think there was also the Snowy group. Yeah, they also left a message for you as well. You guys have been kind of a little busy recently. It's kind of gonna look over towards the Hydra.
Zor would nod as a man. Once you're done collecting all the information and materials you need, perhaps we should give that a listen on our way back to the town.
Yes, understood.
All right. Well, if that's everything that you guys have a question for, cool place. But
Bellroy, real quick, my apologies, but this is something I've been curious about.
Mhm.
You help and assist a lot of individuals who have these marks. What about those who do not?
Fuck them. He says that. I mean, he doesn't have a face, but he says it with a straight face.
Understood.
They don't pay our bills.
All right, yeah, that's all for her. She's gonna try to figure out how to get up and look around. Can she do like I don't know, whatever, investigation, survival, perception, whatever, just to kind of take a look at this place and see what she could figure out. Like she's curious, like, you know, as we've been climbing through this thing, I mean, we haven't seen nobody's like lounge room or lab or study room or research room. Like, she's just kind of go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, she's just kind of curious, like, whomever built this, like, is there like a book lying around, a piece of paper, notes scribbled somewhere? Like,
so that's what out of game. That's what Mao was gonna start looking for after he's done with the Hydra. I mean, you can get a head start now if you wish. I would say this is more of an investigation check, but you can't really investigate much considering, you know, you're down here, right? There's more of a figuring out how to get up and all that.
Question, Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
Conjure animals. If I conjure a large beast that can fly, are we able to mount them?
Yeah, if it's considered large, you can.
Copy. Good to know.
You'd probably have to do a couple of round trips, but yeah.
If they're so, I was thinking about conjuring giant owls. I could conjure 8 of them. This is not
8
for battle.
giant owls? I don't know about that one. Oh, let me see. Maybe, but holy shit.
That's conjure animals.
Goddamn, conjure animals. That spell. 8 beasts of challenge rating 1/4. Oh yeah, you probably would be. Yeah, giant owls. Yeah, sick. So yeah, you could easily just do that and then be able to have all the party be able to fly up for a bit.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what I'm gonna do. Since it has nothing to do with battle, it's more.
Yeah, whenever we get
Utility.
into battle, that's when it's like, okay, you can choose to keep 4, the other 4 have to go away.
Fair. Okay.
Alrighty, so that's what you can do in the meantime, just to make sure that this happens. You'll see as these spirits all begin to wave before they eventually all, one by one, begin to start exploding. You see as one explodes in fire, the other one begins to drop down into that of a sort of gust of wind. The other one, Bilroy, begins to turn into sort of mossy, earthy stone, begins to immediately explode. To be that they explode in sort of varying elements from what you can tell. Alrighty. Well, with that, let's go over towards Zaman and Mao. Let's wrap this thing.
What did Bilroy explode in?
Earth.
Earth. Okay.
So 22 and a 24. So Zaman, ooh, that is a good roll.
It was 26 total. It was 22 plus 4.
22 or 26 total. Gotcha.
Yep.
So between the likes of this Hydra, and as well as assuming that you guys are going to, scavenge this entire laboratory and all that stuff, you don't have to roll for this. You instantly max out your material resource. There is no question about it.
Copy.
But
So
it is
that's what, 30 now? We have 30?
20. Actually, is it 30? Let me see.
I thought it goes
it's
up.
30. Yeah, it's
Thought
30.
it goes
It's
up.
30. I was thinking it was
Boy,
25.
30 materials.
We just need these soul coins. Where the soul coins at?
Yeah, we need
Don't
soul
worry,
coins. That's why
'cause that's the
I
next
asked. That's
thing.
why I
That's the next thing. Calm down.
Well, now it's my money and I need it now.
Well, hey, I need you to roll a d12 plus 5 because that's how many soul coins you're about to get.
All right, we're about to use inspiration on this.
Definitely using inspiration on this.
Oh man. There you go. So 9. Oh dang, that was about to go to an 8 too. It said nope. You guys using inspiration or are you keeping it as is?
I don't have inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely was talking shit.
yeah, I don't have inspiration either. I think we used them all last session to live.
God damn, I've been trying to get this inspiration thing to work on Twitch with loyalty points.
Hey, this doesn't count as an ability roll, does it?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I was about to use Oracle's Insight, but
Nah, bro, you can't.
Gotta ask
use
the questions, bro.
Oracle's
Gotta ask the
Insight.
questions.
Just in case.
Oracle,
tell
give
you-
me more loot, Oracle.
Please.
If you alright, I'll tell you what. Humor me. If you can guess without looking up anything, if you can give me the correct Auroran god, like from the reincarnated pantheon, that would realistically help you out with finding something or finding soul coins. You got 10 seconds to do it. Then I'll let you use Oracle's Insight. I'm counting down.
Is it Nylea?
So
That's
you're
not the
fine.
hunt.
It's only Zaman. It's only Zaman.
Okay.
You got 5 seconds left.
That's who I'm going with, Nylea.
Nylia? Nah. She's seasons in the hunt.
I would have. Nah, I don't know what I've guessed.
Ifara would have been a good choice for sure. Ifara.
Who?
God of Polis. She's like the god of cities and all that.
That's what I was thinking. 'Cause that was the goddess that I found at one time. But all good.
All right, so let's go to the next thing. So that is 9 soul coins. Write that down. Oh, let me actually write it down myself. That'd be important. And then I need you to roll a d6 plus 4 because that's how many mana crystals you're about to find.
B.
Six. Oof.
Rolls.
All right, 6 mana crystals for y'all. And then the last thing is d4 plus 2, and this is going to be for medicine from all the poison of the Hydra. 4, alrighty. So 4 medicine. All right, so 9 soul coins. Materials are maxed out. 6 mana crystals and 4 medicine. Good stuff.
Not too bad.
All right, so as you guys are, or eventually you and Mal are able to get enough of the materials that you kind of need, and eventually you look over towards the rest of the individuals. How are you all getting out of this place exactly?
I
Early
mean,
flight?
Gore's question. Gore's easy, but
Yeah, I plan on. I mean, I could pick people up and honestly ferry everyone one at a time.
yeah, if I could carry anybody, I can. But I don't know if you want to strength shake that or just have him.
You could probably
your way
carry
through it.
Mao. I don't know if anyone else would trust you.
Oh yeah, I could definitely carry him out.
Yeah, you can probably.
Zaman
Yeah,
will look and say, I can summon mechanical owls to get us out of here.
Gore's gonna grab Mal and be like, "We'll take the easy way up." And he just pieces out with Mal.
If Agni could take us one at a time, and perhaps it's best you save your energies, man.
Understood.
How big is this distance? You said
Huh?
80 feet.
there's nothing to climb on at all.
No, you can climb it if you want.
Oh. I mean, like right here?
I mean, yeah, but also at the same time, I mean, granted, most of you guys are strong, but if you fall, you're taking 80 feet of falling damage, you know? So don't fall.
I guess I had a question. Can I have my 2 wolves jump on top of each other? I jump on top of that one. We all jump at once and upwards. Then I take out my climber's kit and I use it as a grappling hook for the last 10 to 15 feet. Is that?
I don't know why you're trying to argue this, bro. Nah. But if you want, what you can do is, this is what Secrets did. You can, if you got any rope, you can make a harness for one of the wolves. You're a barbarian. You might be able to get 2. It's gonna be a ridiculously hard DLC, or not DLC, DC.
You gotta pay for it, bro.
Yeah, you gotta pay.
DLC.
You definitely get charged for that one. That's $9.99 for the premium climbing pack.
Oh man.
It's an advanced climber pack, bro.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be a difficult DC, and you can try to like literally climb up with them tied to the harness. But that's if you got any rope somewhere. I don't know if anybody got that.
Yeah, Zora has rope.
Oh yeah, just ask her. Make
Does
some
the
survival
climber
checks
kit
for the
have
rope.
rope?
You're
Out
good.
of curiosity, does the climber kit have rope? Or is that just not?
Oh, actually,
rope?
yeah. If you got a climber's kit, I mean, yeah, I'd probably say you got one harness done for the wolves, or yeah, one of the wolves easily. You got a second
Okay.
rope from Azora. Yeah, you can get both of these guys easy.
All right, let's do this shit.
All right, just make a survival check, see how fastened the harness is. And then yeah, you're good. You can make an athletics check to start climbing.
Zora will help him to give him advantage.
All right, make a survival check with advantage. Addy Dark, I'll describe it while you're rolling.
With that, the wolves will comfort her with dogginess and cuteness.
Oh man.
And you said
Nope.
survival.
Yeah, survival with advantage. While you're doing that, so oh god, nat 20. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. I think. Do you have all of your?
Amazing.
Addy Dark, do you have all of your? Oh wait, no, never mind. You're already professional with survival. Anyways, you're good. I was just curious on whether you had all your amnesiac abilities yet or not.
I don't think so, because I don't think I was tracking them for the longest.
I'll check, because you got a lot of proficiency, so you might. So who knows? But anyways, between the legs of both of you, you begin to wrap the legs of the harness, or make a makeshift sort of harness for each of these sort of wolves, wrapping it around their bodies, their sort of legs, and more. As you begin to do so, you also try to fasten said harness around your sort of waist or your back, Adiadark, as you get ready to sort of lead them over towards the wall and begin to get ready to start climbing upwards. As you do, you begin to try to find any bits of sort of material or any sort of handholds that you can sort of figure out and find, and begin to make the trek upwards. As you do, you can make athletics checks. Now, you do have the climber's kit, but you are using it for them. Yeah, it's just going to be a straight roll for this one. Let's see where how far you're able to get. Are you climbing as well?
Yeah, Zora will climb next to him.
So you can make an athletics check as well.
Yep.
You make it with an advantage though, because you don't have to worry about anything. Addy, do you have the athlete feat? No, you have the crusher feat. So
Yeah.
With you, Addie, you see, you look over towards Zora, and she's climbing for the most part with ease, but you're struggling a little bit. You get up to about like 15 feet, and you look up. It's like, whew, this is gonna be rough. You got like 60 feet to go, bro. Oh man, you're wondering, is like, is there a better way to do this? Well, you're locked in here. You're locked in here. You try to you feel as if your hands are kind of sort of how you say. Or your arms are kind of sore from before. You can make another athletics check as you haven't gone too far up, but you're gonna need to roll a lot higher than a 12 for this one.
You see Zaman go to Agni and say, "Well, I guess I'm working with you, sir."
Yeah. Just hang on. Agni will just like pick him up. What does Zaman even weigh? Just out of curiosity.
Shit, it is. He wasn't that heavy in his previous form. His metal form.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never even thought about it.
What's your con modifier? Let's see. 14. It's not too crazy. Kind of big, decent amount of strength. I mean, shoot. At least 250. Maybe upwards of 300 pounds. That is a big warforged right there. Strong warforged.
He was pretty tall.
I mean, that's basically my carrying capacity.
I'll tell you what, Agni, you can make a strength check, and we can see what happens. Or athletics check, my bad.
Anything I could do to help him?
You can guide him and hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast guidance on him. Pray.
Athletics? Okay.
16 out of D4. 19, yeah, I'll say, it takes you a little bit, but you're able to sort of lug Zaman all the way up. Gore, same thing with you. You're able to sort of bring the likes of Mao up. But, and I assume after you get Zaman, you probably pretty much go back for Korra, right?
Yeah. I'll go back and help if that does anything for the next climb. Like Gore will give whatever little assistance he can.
Korra should be lighter than Zaman.
Definitely should be lighter. Isn't she still flying though? I thought her flight lasted for an hour.
Nah,
it ran out.
It's only for 10 minutes.
Would I need to make any check for Korra?
Yeah, athletics check, the DC is just way lower. It's not too difficult, to be honest. 17, yeah, you're fine. You can move each other up. That being said, Azora, you and Addy Dark need to make your final athletics check to get to the final amount. You're around 60 to 70 feet up at this point in time. So do not fall.
We have like 20 to 10 feet left?
20 to 10 feet left.
Alright, yeah, she just teleports the rest.
Alright, you got it. Alright, Addy Dark, let's see if you can do so. You look over towards Azora, it's like, God damn.
Yeah, she
halfway through.
Yeah, she kind of leans over the side to put her hands down to if he could reach as far to help him.
Oh man. Not this far. He
Like
is
I said,
like
Gore-
still
Gore-
60 feet.
Gore would definitely go and reach down and help if need be.
How are you helping him
Agni,
exactly?
Agni is more interested in what's gonna happen.
I'll show you what's gonna happen.
Alright, you know what? I like this. Addy Dark, describe exactly how you're a mountain man climbing up this thing
He
with
starts
2
running.
lines on your back.
Vertically.
Or 2
At
wolves.
first, he picks up pace, and especially when he sees Azura teleporting, he's just like, "Man, I want to get this done," and he starts, walking up now. He's now running.
Okay, I don't know about walking, bro, but
He's just walking, bro, and straight up.
you got it.
Yo,
That last-
DM that dice spot. Oh wait, no, wrong chat, my fault.
That being said, Addy, as you begin to start climbing further and further up, you try to get or use all the strength that you can possibly muster, and eventually you make your way all the way to the top. Zora begins to give you a hand, pulls you up, and eventually your wolves are brought up between all 3 of you, between Gore helping as well. As you
She
do,
helps you take the ropes and harness off of them.
yeah. Alrighty. So at this point, Mao is gonna look over to all of you and say, I think it might be worth just giving this place a quick little, look over, seeing if we find anything super useful. Maybe we can find information about this Hydra.
Yeah, she'll do that. She'll help with that. Is that you said investigation?
Yeah, just looking around. You here? I'll tell you what, Zora. If you're not doing anything, same thing with you, Gore. Any sort of heavy lifting, just stick by me now. Call for you guys if that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, so Mal's gonna make some investigation checks. Before we go into this sort of thing, let's look over
I would
towards.
Cast guidance on him as well.
Alright, you gotta go over there and do that if you're gonna help him. But real quick, what is Agni and Cora doing up over here, if anything?
Oh God.
Damn.
I don't know how long this will take. But I guess in the meantime, Agni would ask Cora a quick question. Cora, that weapon you had with the rune on it, would you mind when we get back? I'd like to study it a bit more.
No problem.
Didn't quite get the hang of it at first, but hopefully in a bit more quieter setting, can understand how to manipulate these runes.
It is yours. When you're ready, I'll give it to you.
Thank you, Cora. But yeah, that's about it. While they're kind of doing their thing, kind of waiting at the entrance. Don't need a crowd at that area over there.
Got it. So after a long bit and while, this is Mao taking about. I mean, he's trying to be fast about it, but at times you do notice as he's getting a little bit too invested and involved in this, he's like, goodness, how the heck did they all make this? The sort of infrastructure, the sort of coding when it comes to the properties and more, and eventually you have to kind of like yell at him and be like, hey, let's go. we got a place to be. Apparently there's stuff to sort of prepare for, because if you didn't, he'd be down here for hours. But
Man.
eventually you find something over towards the central area off to the side over here, as Mal begins to start sort of messing with a couple of the sort of things and controls, and he yells out, hey, did anybody check this out over here? It's like some sort of computer or something, but it has some sort of, I don't even know what to call it, some sort of log. Maybe it has some information. Hey, can you guys go call over Agni and Cora?
Zora would look at Gore to go do that.
Yeah, he would fly over and let them know. Quickly, the little one needs you. He's trying to get computers puting.
All these computers.
Why am I? Oh, I still have control of Cora. I'm like, how am I moving Cora?
Alright, so you guys move your tokens all the way over there as you join the rest of the party. As you begin to do so, Mao's looking, or you see on this sort of strange kind of like a screen that it has the sort of symbol for Nazgul specialties down below it. You look over, it says as there are multiple logs, but one seems to be, or most of them seem to be corrupted, but one it seems to be, how you say, working or available for viewing. Mao looks over and says, hey, I think I found something. Maybe this can give a little bit of information on what the heck all this place is. Here, I think I can play it, but it should be not too hard. Want me to do it, or do we want to save it for another time?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we're here now. We might as well. This message, and then I guess the message from the other groups. Mazza gets it all out of the way.
All right. Well, here goes nothing. Caesar begins to start fiddling with it and begins to start looking around. I think this is how this works. Presses the button, and you'll see as in front of you, well, actually, Mao nearly goes blind as you just see a flashing of sort of lights, and eventually you look over, and those of you with a passive perception of, pretty much, I think everybody will have a passive perception high enough, at least more than 12. You look over and you see a sort of transparent figure behind you. They seem to be made of sort of this strange blue coloring. Now, out of game to explain what it looks like to you, you know, for clarity, it's kind of like a hologram of a person. However, the individual, they seem to be dark-skinned with glasses, bald head, and not necessarily much facial hair. They seem to be older, but the attire that they wear seems definitely strange and foreign to all of you. As you see this individual.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Not him.
I was talking about me. I was gonna
It's actually Sean. Oh god. Alright. Hold on 1 second, let me get this. You see this individual.
Oh boy.
It's
That's
future
your mom's
Sean.
granddad, bro.
Samuel L. Blackson out there, boy.
That's right, baby.
Like,
That's
bro,
right.
This look like Jax's great grandpa, bro.
You look like straight out of Mass Effect.
Exactly. So
Highly educated and evil.
definitely. But you hear as they begin to, as they look around, they seem to have a bit of a strange sort of mug in their hand, and they seem to also be sort of noting some things and sort of adjusting their glasses, but they begin to speak and say this, and hopefully I can get this working, right? I got this. Give me 2 seconds. Where is this? There it is.
This guy's definitely up to no good.
Mm-hmm.
Zaman is intrigued.
I believe this thing should be working. Hello, my name is Dr. Alistar, and this is Recording 1. I'm a senior scientist and engineer for Nazgul Specialties. I've decided to record these as they may prove as invaluable documentation upon the freedom of voting, from what I'm referring to as the cycles of fate. Now, for decades, we at Nazgul Specialties have formed our wonderful city. However, upon recent discovery, we may now know what our fate is. Our fate could be that of eradication if we do not act soon. The individuals we have labeled as the Lost Ones are encroaching from all sides and preparing to launch their final attack. We will need to defend ourselves or be forgotten as our comrades of the past. We've begun weaponization and mechanization of soldiers for more fighting power and also less casualties. However, in doing so, we've needed to change their aesthetic to look more appealing to the populace. I believe that this new iteration of animalistic counterparts should suffice, at least compared to humanoid ones. Regardless, as we prepare for our final battle in approaching months, I believe that we have made a great discovery on the shattering sky above and possibly the meaning behind it. It is an omen, from what we can tell, but we are not sure if it is the gods relating to it or not. Regardless, this omen is not a good one, we know that much. We believe that every time the sky cracks, that... And as soon as you begin to see this occur, you notice as the sort of recording, the hologram begins to slowly sort of shake and crack before eventually begins to say, rest of footage lost. You notice as the hologram begins to slowly take it away. But regardless, you did gain a bit of information, but that last part, oof, not entirely sure.
Would it have been possible, since Agni was there, the cat was able to record a holographic message?
Question, are you like trying to have the cat record what you guys saw?
Yeah.
I need to go get that cat token as well.
Oh yeah, actually, if you can like just give me control of it, but it's I haven't had it in a while, but I just
Yeah,
assume
yeah, I
it's always
gotcha.
around.
So if it's always around, I'll give you a bone for this one. Just let me know at future times, like, hey, I want the cat to look directly at this thing, you know.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, but yeah, you can easily have recorded that. Mao's gonna look around and say, "Well, I think we got some answers on maybe why these robots are here. Maybe."
That
But,
is there any information on the research they did to create these mechanized creatures and humanoids?
And not from what I can tell, but the guy said that this is recording one, and if I'm to guess, judging by this, there's probably a couple of other recordings out there. Maybe not even necessarily here. Maybe there's other doctors like him.
Is there any coordinates or anything in the system?
From what I can tell, not really, but it's worth a look in the future.
Is there a way to tell how long ago this recording was made?
Um,
How many cycles or anything that could give us a relative time?
I can maybe try to look into this, but I'm gonna need to. Do we have time to spare? He's gonna look towards Agni. Got like an hour or so.
I don't know how much time we have. Before I keep going, how far was the walk from?
How far was the walk from here to the village?
Village?
It wasn't
Yeah,
that
like
far.
how far away? Okay.
It wasn't that far. It was like, at most, it was like an hour and a half or so. It wasn't that far.
Oh, okay.
It was mainly because the villagers themselves knew of the place in the first place, so it couldn't have been that far from the village if they stumbled upon it.
And that's taking a walking route. If you were to fly, how far would it be? Just out of curiosity.
Depends on how fast you're flying.
60 feet per
60
second, I
feet per
guess?
round. Assuming that you guys are taking the dash action. If you guys don't have any like
120.
crates, if you guys don't have any crates to sort of carry, then you can probably get there in like 40 minutes. Honestly, 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Copy. Just thinking for future reference.
Take the time you need, Mal. I'd rather be thorough with this place than have to come back.
Now,
In the meantime, we go ahead.
Now here's the question. So Mao's gonna sort of nod, look over to that, and he's gonna make an investigation check. Now, this is a very difficult check. One of you got a 20 up in hand. You using it, or you saving it?
For this? Oh no.
Alright.
But
I would.
Let the
Help him
lore
in.
be lost. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I would help
I mean,
him with
I
that
did-
guidance.
it's tough. I mean, there's so many lore things I want.
All right, so he's gonna make an intelligence check. Yeah, there's nothing to it. So intelligence
Can,
check.
can Zaman help him? Yeah, I was about to say.
And I will cast guidance.
How would you be helping him if you could describe that? Because this is, granted, you are a warforged and all that stuff, but none of your characters are from the sci-fi world, which is or at least the cyberpunk world. So this is all completely foreign to you, right?
Yeah,
So if you can
I
at least
would
describe how
say-
you help.
Yeah, Zaman would use his previous history of mechanics. He used to do like tinkering when he was back in the Forbidden Expanse. That's how he like created the thing that was over his eye and everything. He would try to use that knowledge of mechanisms to help Mal kind of work through this.
So if I'm understanding, basically like engineer brain, trial and error, kind of that sort of thing, right?
Essentially.
All right. So investigation check. He will do so with advantage. 16, and then you're casting guidance on him. He's gonna need the big 4 if he wants to get this. All right. Actually, nah. I don't want to roll it. Zaman, you roll.
No, come on.
Ah,
Bruh.
God, 19. It won't be enough, but if you got anything for it, I certainly can add it. But that is what it is. All right.
Yeah, guidance or not? That was with guidance.
Yeah, it was 19 with
19
guidance.
with guidance. That
Need
was
at least a
3 and
20 to
half
be able to do this with an hour. Be able to understand what
takes-
cycle this is and what time? Yeah, that's a 20 at
If he
least.
takes more time, would that help?
Yeah, 100%. But do you guys have the time is the question.
I'll leave that up to Agni. We're very close, so bruh.
I mean, we was already gonna waste an hour. You might have to just summon your owls so we could get there in 30, 40 minutes instead.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But in the meantime, while Mao and Zaman are sort of working tirelessly towards that thing, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, Zora was gonna say in the meantime, Zaman could open his mark so we could hear those other messages.
All right. Zaman, do you do so?
Yeah, you just see him like, as he's hoping Mao just puts his hand out, not even like paying attention to the mark.
Yeah. You begin to hold your hand out, and you see as the red triangle upon Zaman's palm begins to slowly detach itself and expand outwards for you all to view whatever's inside. You look about, and there seems to be two sides of this sort of triangle. One seeming to look directly towards the Forbidden Expanse, the other looking towards the Azure Taiga. Which one would you like to look towards first?
Might as well go with our ops, so the Saiyans.
Alrighty. Here we go. So it looks for this one, you look towards it, and you see as there are several individuals. They seem to be at a oasis of the sorts, with buildings and more, and a decent amount of people. Not too many, not as many like the villagers you guys have at your camp, but a decent amount of warriors for sure. In front of this sort of realm, let me show you the map that they got. I don't think you guys, those of you guys who watch Secrets in the Sands, you guys know, but those who don't, here you go. Let's go to the Oasis, activate.
Yeah, I just saw the last episode today.
Alright. So you see over here, these individuals off to the side as Zale, one of you would know them as Kreelin, Phoebe, and also another individual, Fearbog, of the sorts, next to a smaller sort of water elemental, kind of very similar to what you've seen, Gore, with the likes of Undrunk from way back when. They seem to be gathered and looking into the likes of this triangle, but Phoebe seems to be the one who wants to speak. She does? Oh boy, let's see what she's got. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm going to play the message on Foundry. If it doesn't load, well, here, I guess I can just drop the audio recording in Discord first, and then go from there. Let me go do that. Red triangle, valley. I'm gonna drop this in session chat. So if you can't hear it on Foundry, you can deafen and go listen to it over on Discord. All right, bam and bam. All right, and then I'm gonna play it in 3 seconds as soon as I find it. Sold on message. There we go. All right, let's see what happens. A little bit of a long one.
I don't know why I am supposed to know you. I don't know why you know me. I don't intend to harm you. I don't intend for you to harm any of us because of me. I just want to know who I am. And I believe we can discuss this when we come over to you.
Simple as that. So as you see, as Phoebe begins to let this or explain this sort of message, it looks over towards you all as the message begins to freeze and pause, waiting for a response. So,
Question.
mm-hmm.
Agni has the cat on him, right?
Yes.
are we able to play the cat and send that through the mark if we wanted to? Just throwing it out there.
You could, but there is one
Yeah.
thing that you guys may remember about
I
a
was about to
certain.
say,
Oh, you got.
I don't think we should do that. I don't think we should do that. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
I know because
it's more so because you're smart enough to know this. You don't know who's gonna be on the other end of it the next time they view a message, right? It's always different every single time on where their location is and who's there. And it'd be a long message, so you'd have to have this mark open, which means you'd be staying put for a lot of hours, unless you want to share them or share only a specific moment.
Zaman would present that to the team and said, "We can't discuss things, but maybe we can show if you guys see fit." I think worst case scenario, her companion sees this and will have a lot more questions.
Worst case scenario is you guys die. In case you forgot.
But we don't say anything. The
Are you willing to
contract.
take a risk of that?
Remember, when Addie viewed it, nothing happened. When you viewed it, nothing happened.
I was there.
You were also... I don't know how much I can talk about, but...
You don't know, and that's why you played a dangerous game.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Addie saw it.
This is true, but maybe perhaps you're onto something. Perhaps we only show the portion before. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Before
choices being made right now.
Choices are being made.
Yeah, before. Yeah, before.
Decisions, bro.
I'm trying to say, like, I don't know how to say it in character, but like, Anakin, I'm trying to say, like, before we made the deal, like, so back when we came in there, they were just tied up, Goran and Agni and them, and she was there, but I don't know how to say that. Like, I don't know if that counts. Like, I don't know if it's
bro, you gotta explain this in character. You gotta explain it in character. You don't know it. You can't ask the person who did know.
I guess she'll, you know what? To make this easier, she'll be like, "Addy, can you step away for a moment?" And Mal as well. Actually, yeah, let's just all go over here. Let Mal work on the computer.
Break it up a little bit.
Or
is it possible to? Oh no, I don't think the cat was there. I was gonna say, could we show the interaction that Agni and Gore had? But I don't think the cat was there. Cause I remember the cat was acting funny during that time.
Yeah.
I thought the cat was recording all that time. Oh.
Or actually,
no, the cat was around Korra, because that was when weird shit was happening.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. It didn't come
was
with
not there then.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like the moment where she had them tied up in front of him, because that's technically pre-deal. But
right.
Yeah, this is all crazy because this is like basically a year ago.
Yeah, so like maybe just that portion is like no words. We just show that portion so that way she could see. Okay, that's how we have that connection.
So Zaman's logic is that we can't say anything, we can't tell anyone. All of these, like in like written different forms of communication. Does showing a video count?
The real questions.
I mean, I can't tell you, and you don't know because you can't ask the person. So it's just like you can like it's one of those cases and scenarios of like you can certainly try and fuck around and find out, or it's basically that, bro.
That's what she's thinking pre-deal.
And like I can't even just like justify, be like, oh, you know exactly what was said or what had happened, because none of you guys have the keen mind feat, or did any of you have keen mind?
No, Korra does.
Korra
has keen mind.
She does. Let me look at Keen Mind. Blah blah blah. Well, anything you've seen or heard within the past month. How long has it been? Voting time.
1970 something.
I mean,
It-
we
it
don't
would've been
know.
past a
Yeah.
month.
We
Yeah.
don't know. That's the thing.
It's been past a month already. And then also on top of that, Cora got her memory wiped anyways. Not
But
like
she
that
saw
part,
the-
but just in
well.
general, you know?
Oh yeah. But we all saw that video. I don't know when ago. But
Still a month ago.
all right, fair. The other question is, will we even do this anyway? Like, do we care enough about Nafiba to try to get her? Do we think she's sincere about
Well, if you
not
want,
remembering?
you can't make an insight check.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think she would make an inside check.
Make it
yeah,
a-
Cora
I guess.
would, Cora would
Yeah.
say that we trust Phoebe.
So so anybody who wants to make an insight check, well, first off, let's do this. Let's drag everybody over here to where Azora is. If you guys are gonna go off and do your thing, right? Get that first.
So for the record, I have not been standing by these folks the entire time. I would have wanted to scout around.
Okay.
I just can't tell where I can even scout in this map, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't really. So I did want to do like, I guess, a stealth check, and then I was gonna send the lions in another direction. Whatever, like, I guess I would go call it spelunking for making sure that there's no future enemies on its way. Because I mean, I don't know, they're pretty chill after getting lumped up by a Hydra. I'm still.
So I'll say
I'm
this.
trying to get up out of here.
Yeah, like I'm like,
I'll say
yeah,
this:
shit could
make
still pop up.
a stealth check. You guys are gonna basically split off. So you're gonna send the 2 lions over that way. You're gonna go the opposite way, and then go around all the way over here. Sound good?
Cool.
All right, and then I'm gonna make some stealth checks for the lions. Actually, I have really good stealth, but not today. Good lord, they have a +6 and got a 10 and 8. Jesus. Just do.
I guess.
Roaring
Just
as
lying.
they're walking.
Just lying in with their lying self.
Right. So, Addy Dog, you're going all the way over here. I'll let you know what happens if you find anything.
Yeah, I just couldn't tell like where, if there was any entrances or anything to this. I couldn't tell, but yeah, let me know.
All right. So I'm gonna drag everybody else from here, and I'm leaving Mal off to the side. So that is one thing. Now,
Also, sorry,
Okay.
just we don't
Yeah.
we don't talk, but I would have mentioned that to the group. I wouldn't just like randomly wander off like a fucking loner. Or at least,
Yeah.
like, yo.
all right. So you let the group know. Now, second thing. So anybody who was trying to insight check to see whether Phoebe was truthful or not, you can make an insight check if you wish. So that was Azora, Zaman, Gorkora, and Agni. You can if you wish.
No, I would take Cora's word and not care about what she has to say.
All right. So
Go
Zaman,
ahead.
you having the more quote unquote personal experience with Phoebe. You hear her words, but you're not entirely sure whether or what to think of them. It seems too out of character. The way she words them, it seems almost calculated in a way, and you kind of second guess yourself. You're not sure about that. Azora and Gore, the way she speaks, the way she conveys herself, it is almost a completely different person.
I think
It's you.
Gore.
Well, hold on. You would gauge that. Damn, either she's really, really good at lying, or you're pretty positive that she's telling the truth in the words that she says. And you two are pretty insightful. Zora especially, Gore when you want to be.
I guess Gore would be like, Gore's justification is like everybody's been switching bodies and flipping and losing memories and everything like that. And it, war-wise, he's a soldier. You always paid attention to stuff like this, whether he leads on or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if he knows something, it's low-key, high-key deception. And he would be like, he would find it strange. I wouldn't remember RP it. I'll RP it, but yeah. Gore would be like, That was odd. And I guess every once in a while, when Gore looks out of character, he looks way too thoughtful for y'all right now. She had a look much like when the big one came to. Maybe she doesn't lie. And would Gore notice she had the arm or not?
We've been realized she didn't have the arm from like perception.
But I don't
checks,
think for
like,
the first.
mad long
I don't
ago.
think. But I don't think Gore was paying attention before. Like literally, he was like zooming away. Yeah, like he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. So you would have noticed that she doesn't.
Let's say.
She still does have a robotic arm though, like a mechanized arm.
That's fine.
But it's not
Bet.
the
So-
other stuff happening with it.
Bet. So Gore would be like, something is different with that one. That's almost like it's not the same one that did what they did to you. And he looks over at the quiet one and the greedy one.
Zaman will say, I know she could be. I know that arm was infected with something that could have been doing something to her mind, but I don't know how much of it was by choice or completely whatever was going on with that arm of hers. I don't think we can trust her, but I'm not sure.
How many
we
people?
can.
Oh no, bad. Do you think?
Well, in a situation like this, we can simply just put it up to a vote. Us five were part of the situation. So either we just let her be scrambling around, or we give her information on who she is. Perhaps, like I was saying earlier, just showing the moment where she had you two tied up. Now, from what I see, I agree with God. There's something seems to be different. And I do understand that although very rare, water does change directions during a cataclysmic event. Kinda like Cora losing her memory, or you, Agni. It may be simply that the Nafiba lost her memory. Like so many we've met in our journey so far. That doesn't mean we care about her. That doesn't mean we care about her. But if we show her who she was, or who she is, I can't see the harm in that. And perhaps, before she meets us, she'll take the time to come figure out a way to change Cora and Zaman back.
She is the only one who can do it.
And that is what I think of. But again, we can always just put it to a vote. But go ahead, Agni.
It's Zaman
You're
before.
thinking highly optimistic of her. Maybe we show her this and she goes back to her old self. Either way, helping her does nothing to help us.
And
Well,
Gore would say, helping her gets us closer to her. She seems ready to die either way.
She already stated that they were going to come to the tournament.
So we have two things then. She can come, if let's say we show her the video, she could go back to her old ways and come and die. Or we show her the video and she could take that time before she reaches here to at least attempt to figure out how to reverse what has happened. And if not, then, well, we'll just have to deal with it then. But in either way, go ahead, Zaman.
Zaman was gonna say, she is useless if she doesn't have her memories. That means me and Cora will stay as we are forever.
Yeah, so it's not looking for her to have a change of heart or whatever, but if she remembers who she was, like you say, Agni, and goes back, then she'll also remember how to change these two back. In her current state, she's no use to Cora and Zaman. And I'm pretty sure they don't want to stay machines forever.
I think a worst case scenario, she goes back to herself. She still needs us to do what she asked us to do. Best case scenario, she is whoever this person is, and she changes us back without us having to risk our lives.
So, what will the group decide then? Will they show her them or the cat footage? Will they not?
We'll put up a hand if we vote to show the footage. Gore, you can count to a count of 3 so that no one's vote is influenced. Once Gore hits 3, we raise our hand if we show the video. Keep your hands lowered if we will just move on. And yeah, she'll give it up to Gore to count it off.
All right. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, and go call for the video.
That being said, yeah. So out of game, we gotta obviously do it one at a time. So Gore.
Oh yeah.
yeah. But Gore, what do you? So you're voting for the video?
He's going to the video, but his idea is in the true matter of warlike deception. If it gets them closer and thinking, shit may be a little bit cool, Gore's still looking at her to get bodied. So that's going down either way.
All right. So and then let's go to Azora.
Yeah, same what she just said. Nafiba's useless to them without her memory. So even if worst case scenario she does get it back, that's actually one step closer to changing those 2 back.
All
So
right.
she's with it.
Next up is Zaman.
Zaman is torn, and he's going to hesitate, and he's going to vote the same way Cora votes.
Can't do it because it's all at 3. All at 3.
Yeah.
You better roll a dice, bro. You better roll a dice.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna roll a dice. He roll a d4. Even he'll go with Azor and Gore. Odd, he goes with Gore. Guess it's odd. He's
It's
not gonna
odd.
do
So that if now you go with Corey, it mean that you'd keep your hand down because you literally would
Yes.
not be able to wait
Yeah,
for her.
he'll keep his hand down then.
Alrighty. Next up, we go to this. We go to Agni next.
I trust the words of Cora more than that woman. If Cora said she's not to be trusted, I'd rather not help her. And Agni keeps his hand down.
All right, and then Cora. What about you?
Yeah, she keeps her hand down. She don't trust her, and she even told Agni prior to the Hydra fight that she's been hearing the fever in her head, and the fever wanted to kill her. So why the fuck am I gonna help someone who's trying to kill me?
Lucky.
And then Azora, seeing the hands, will say, "Well then, it is settled. Perhaps we'll find another way to get you all turned back. As for Nafiba, we'll let her figure out her own journey to her memories."
I think we should reply and say we'll have a discussion when she get here, and leave it at that.
Yeah, Azora nods.
Cora would say the last time she spoke to her, there's gonna be a meetup, but there wasn't gonna be no talking. So she suggests to Zamad, anything you gotta say, you might as well say it now, because when we meet, there ain't gonna be no talking.
Well, do remember. Go ahead.
Zaman says, Cora, do you want to be a Warforged forever? Are you okay with that? Because if we kill her, we literally have no other way of becoming our old selves.
She kills us, we have no way of becoming our old selves.
Do you not remember the deal? Why we became Warforged?
But she doesn't remember the deal.
Exactly. She doesn't remember
Or
the
she's
deal.
portraying that she doesn't remember the deal.
Right. Which it doesn't. If this is a falsehood, it wouldn't make sense. She needed us to go to the place and do the thing. That's why we did. That's why we took these forms to make that task easier.
Boy, oh boy.
We can
Yes.
we could speak amongst ourselves.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
speak
you're
freely here. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
But-
fine.
Yeah,
Head
Azora
explodes.
Azora said, yes, exactly.
So
If she is the quote unquote evil version, then she would be no harm to us because she's the one who needed to make the deal with us, not the other way around. And if she's the different, confused, whatever version, then again, she's not really a harm to us, but yet she might inside her hold the keys to change you all back.
if you are okay with being how we are for the rest of our lives, then when you see her, you can kill her. But you have to be okay with being as you are. And I know you want to be who you were previously, as do I.
I believe there might be another way, and I'd much rather go that route than give this person whatever they want.
Well, I would recommend that we don't kill her until we figure out another way, at the very least. Because if there is no other way, then we just given our only we will have no choice but to be this way forever.
Well, the thing is, killing her, that's kind of her. That's up to her whether she's gonna die or not.
How when you said it was on site, that doesn't make sense, Cora.
Because she told me it was on site. So if she dies, it's because that's how she wanted to go.
So she said when she sees us in person, she was going to kill us.
Well, specifically me.
Oh, hold on. Let me hold on, right there. I gotta look at something. I gotta look at something.
I mean, out of context, but
Not necessarily.
I'm like, yo, bro, what?
Nah, I don't know that one.
That's sounded like really, really specific, and I don't remember hearing that very, very specific threat.
Really,
wasn't
it
there.
could be
You wasn't at
it could be
grandma's crib.
interpreted that way, but not.
Okay, so when someone says
It could be interpreted that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
could
that's
it
kinda
could be
how-
that, but that's not what she said like outright, which is what they're asking.
Right. I'm just giving the based off how Cora took it. That's what it came off as.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. You said next time we meet, we ain't speak, hands is flying. Cool.
Well, all right. Even if that's true, Cora, I say we restrain her, and if we need to, torture her to get the information we need.
I mean,
There's worse things
also on
than
top of
death.
that, if you want to, Cora, you have the keen mind feature. You can literally read or remember exactly what she said. If you want.
I mean,
That's up to you, though.
Yeah. I mean, Cora is speaking based off how she received the message. Now, granted, as you saw it, it could be interpreted in different ways.
Uh-huh.
But this is
100%.
how Cora took it as. Okay, so when you show up to grandma's crib, we not talking. Cool. Right. And that's on you. That's
All
on
about
you.
the hands, boy.
All about the hand. But the model will reiterate: if this is what she wants, it would be odd. But if this is what she wants, then we'll just have to kill her companions and keep her restrained until she figures out how to turn us back. There are worse things than death. I'm just saying that we still need her alive. We don't have to help her.
I suggest you get to her first. Then.
Well, then let's come up with a plan to capture her and extract the information we need versus killing her.
Let the record state, y'all are so lucky Hattie Dark didn't stay around. Y'all talking way too much.
Well, we'll come up with that plan later. For now, send the message that you all suggested, and let's listen to the other one.
All right. So around, I'll let you guys decide what you are doing over there, like what message you want to come up with. Meanwhile, Adidark, you begin to start circling around over here, and this is way early before the like during their conversation, all that stuff.
Yeah. You guys call it D&D. I call it E&E. I'm looking for exits and enemies. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
Oh man. So you look around about at this place. You don't find it much. You don't see any. You do find a couple of sort of skulls and occasional corpses not too far from here. They seem to be thrown off to the side and just about and abundant. They don't seem to be undead or anything. Definitely not harmful from what you can tell. At most, what you begin to see is that there is, again, just a sort of electrical sort of arcane pulse that begins to form from this little area. You're not entirely sure what it's all about, but what do you do?
I'm assuming technology isn't. I'm not a STEM kid, am I? STEM's not strong in the Werewolf community, I don't think.
Nah.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be fucking with tech unless, especially none of this shit. All this shit just looks fucking foreign, right?
Yeah. Like, you're a literal barbarian looking at a calculator.
Yeah.
Like,
This is too much. I'm just looking for exits and enemies. If it don't look like an exit or enemy, keep moving.
Gotcha. So you look around, you begin to sort of call back the sort of, or call back the wolves. Now, it's assumed that Adidark, as he returns in general, like, and begins to walk past you guys, it's assumed that you guys stop talking about stuff for a bit until he keeps on passing, right? As this sort of occurs.
Silent.
Yeah, it's just like, you just see as he's sort of slinking all over the place. The only exit from what you can tell is pretty much the way you came. There doesn't seem to really be much of any enemies about. Do you head back towards the area just to get a little bit of a look, or nah, just staying over here? Oh, you're muted.
Oh no, I would continue scouting because they're taking forever to make a decision, and then made a decision, and then decided to not make a decision, I guess, and keep talking about it. So
The decision was made. We were arguing over other stuff.
I don't know, bro. As an innocent party just listening, it sounded like you were doubling back on the choice you made, and you didn't like it. You
No,
like the dice.
the choice was made when Cora said she was going to kill Phoebe.
disable
We
it.
argued
Disable.
about that. That was
That's
it.
a
It
whole
wasn't
other
about
thing.
not trusting her.
All right,
That's all.
so let's send that message and listen to the second one.
All right,
Enemies
but
and exits, bro. Enemies and exits. Just
in the
trying to-
meantime, so as you're sort of doing this, you begin to head over towards the third portion of the map. I think this is the one that works. Yep. You begin to look around, and as you scout out the place, as said from before, it seems to be Cora, and this token isn't accurate, but it seems to be for the most part clear. You don't hear or see anything, but there is a lot more sort of scrap metal. Now, looking around and about, with your sort of wolves, I don't have the tokens on here, but that's fine for the time being. Looking around and about, this sort of metal technology seems a lot more advanced than Zamon's sort of hardware. Same thing with Cora's, but again, besides that, you're not able to sort of draw any sort of conclusions about that, nor do you really care too much in the first place. Looking around, no enemies are kind of in sight. You're kind of going not too far, but looking up in the sort of sinkhole, looking to see if there's any enemies or any individuals like the ops or any sort of how you say night creatures. But make a one last perception check for me though. 10. For a brief moment, you begin to see a figure. You sort of blink. They're gone, but you begin to see a figure that seems to be somewhat arachnoid in shape and size. They seem to have long, white, stringy hair. They seem to be almost sort of hanging from the likes of a small tree, looking down towards you, Adidark. You look over towards them, you make eye contact with the individual, and you remember them from long, long ago. You had a vision, a dream about them. Remember this individual. I'll show you what they looked like if I can. I might have to drop them onto the I might have to drop them onto the map for you to see. But they looked like this woman. Not pretty. You look over towards them, and as they're sort of hanging off to the side of one of these sort of trees, as soon as you look over, you blink, she's gone. That being said, though you're able to notice that with your 10, you stand around and you begin to continue looking for several more minutes before eventually the area seems to be clear. No enemies in sight. You feel confident about it, that there are no enemies anymore, and if there were, they would have attacked already. You're able to draw that in conclusion from your previous battle experiences and more. There's been no signs of them left over.
Okay.
All right. So eventually, as you return, we go back towards the other individuals, and let's hear what they have to say for their message, and then we'll go to the next one. All right, what you guys got, and what do you say to Secrets in the Sands?
Do y'all want to speak, or I can speak? Up to you.
It's up to one of y'all. I mean,
I'll speak then.
go ahead.
Zaman would say, Phoebe, it is not good to communicate this information via this mark. Let's discuss further in person. And leave it at that.
You got it. That being said, you'll see as the mark begins to slowly shift and change towards the likes of individuals from the snowy wasteland. Now, you look over towards them, and there is a decent amount of people, most of which that you've seen before, that same sort of collected group, but one individual who seems to have a interesting attire, to say the least, begins to speak. Their skin completely gray, and they wear a sort of brown wizard hat on top of their head. A long billowing robe, but you see this individual begin to speak through the mark. Alright. Definitely trustworthy looking. 100%. Alright. Let me go grab their message. Same thing, we're gonna play it over on Foundry. If you don't hear it, then I'm gonna drop it in the other chat in a second. But here is what you see. Alright.
To whom it may concern, we accept your offer gracefully at the tournament. And, once again, our dear-faced friend does not speak for our group. Have a nice day.
Oh man, Havro. As you begin to hear this sort of message, you see as he just sort of awkwardly stares at the sort of mark for a little too long, and then closes it out with "Have a nice day." As said, what do you all say in response to this individual?
I didn't hear the
Oh, you can. It's in the session chat.
copy.
So you can just play that real quick. But if you guys got anything to say about it in the meantime.
Gore would be terribly uninterested.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he just accepted our offer, so it's like, all right, cool. We got that. We got temporary associate allies. So hey, I mean, we could just send appreciate it. where we I guess we really gotta figure out where we're gonna link up though. But yeah, we could just simply let them know we appreciate it, and we'll get back to them when we have more information.
What's that? Alrighty. So who's gonna relay the message?
Zaman is saying that I was just listening to it. So he just said he accepted our offer to meet up at the tournament. Do we know? Did they say anything about having a navigator or anything? Because I think we asked that as well, right?
We did X.
I believe they did not.
We asked about a boat and just have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, Zaman would just say, Zaman would say, I appreciate someone with some civility and some sense responding. Thank you for accepting our offer. Meet us in the Jaded Dragon Valley Do you have a boat and someone who can pilot it, steer it, captain it, whatever the term is? And that'll be it.
Alrighty. With that, the mark begins to slowly close in on itself. With that, you all begin to look as it returns back to Zamon's palm. Eventually, you see as Addy Dark is returning from his scavenging and more before Mal calls out and says, "Alright, I think I got this thing. Oh god, my head hurts." So, from what I can understand, it's not much of a time. Oh my god, why do these people like the number 5 so much? For the love of God. So, this cycle, unless I'm understanding this right, these individuals are from the first cycle. I don't know. Hopefully I got that right. I think I did. But from what I can tell, this is the 5th cycle, I believe. If we're gauging like how long ago it's been and what it is now. We're in the 5th, they were in the 1st. I don't know what the hell a cycle is or how long it is, but Any ideas or anybody? Anybody got anything?
Well, they said that a cycle resets everything. And if I'm remembering correctly, this is supposed to be the last cycle. So that was the first cycle. Who knows how long ago that could have been. Even Hannibal might have been a part of a cycle. Because he was one of the marked ones.
I think he said he was, so that would mean he'd be part of the 4th cycle. But what about the other 2, the 2nd and the 3rd? What did they do?
Was the 4th cycle the one before this one?
I'd probably assume so.
So you're telling me 4 cycles ago they had technology like this and they still failed?
Kind of look down and kind of solemnly say, yeah. I mean, it had to be a reason, though.
Zora looked down at Bao as he's looking down. She'll say, well, sometimes it is up to the next generation to pick up where the last left off. The first may have failed only for us to succeed now. She places like a shoulder on Mal's head. I mean, not shoulder. She places her hand on Mal's shoulder.
Yeah, you're right. But I think it's definitely worth coming back every now and again to look at these sort of logs and see if we can recover them, or I don't know, maybe looking and finding them across the realm. Something. Alright, well, we gotta get going back to the village, right? So, let's get a move on.
Yep, up and away.
Alrighty, so, Zaman, you cast Conjure Animals for the Giant Owls, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so, here's how this will work. For the sake of brevity, you guys travel back on to the likes of these giant owls, robotic mechanical beasts, and nothing sort of interest or note happens on the way there. It's pretty much smooth sailing. So here's how this will work for map-wise. If you ever want to go to the sort of, what's it called, war room, you let me know and we're going to switch maps to that one. If you're just exploring the general village...
War room.
Well, I mean, if you want to go right now, then yeah, you can.
Yeah, immediately, let's go.
I mean, do you guys actually want to do that?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, gather all your tokens over here and let me copy and paste you all. Oh boy. Is there anybody you're calling over to the war room? Any NPCs like Hannibal, Trog, Gashir? Or is it just you guys?
I'll let you know the war room has a sign, no Gashirs allowed.
Yeah. Gore would just be in there since we talking war. He talking about the hands. He'd be there, but that's about it.
All right.
I mean, Addy Dark would not be mounting no mechanical owls. I thought they were actual owls. So I'll run back and just show up. I don't know, 30 minutes later than when they arrive or something like that.
If you really want.
Yeah, I'll just show up. I'll just show up a little bit later. Obviously, they beat me there, but I wouldn't ride on no mechanical owl.
You got it.
He's just full sprinting.
Yeah, I'll
Full
just
sprinting.
galloping into my wolves, dissipate into nothingness, galloping with me.
Oh man. All right. So I'm gonna drag you guys to the next map. Bear with me for just a second. And we're gonna do this. So Hog, or I said Hog, Trog and Hannibal are coming to the war room, or no, they're not.
Is that up to Agni?
Oh yeah, I mean they're a part of it. You get
For RP ways, I guess it worked well for Gore.
yeah, updates to what's been going on since we've been away.
Yeah.
2 days.
Again, it's not 100% accurate. We're working on it. We're gonna be changing it soon. But let me go grab Hannibal, and let me go grab Trog. So, for the sake of brevity, as you guys begin to return back towards the Mushroom Village that still has no name for whatever reason, you guys begin to look.
I thought it was Mushroom Kingdom. It's not.
I mean, we just call it the Mushroom Kingdom, just cause. Doesn't seem to have a name, like an actual official name. That's just what it's been.
We're allowed to name it. We're not even on the council.
Yeah, so.
This has to be called Hell.
We are the council, bro.
We are the council.
I am the Senate.
But pretty much. So as you guys begin to head over towards this place, eventually you are greeted by a couple of these sort of myconid villagers. You do see that likes of Phil, all those grandiose faces and more. Eventually, as you begin to arrive, you call over Hannibal and Trog to join you at the war room. As they begin to do so, you guys can catch up over there as you guys go to this one.
I have not changed maps. I don't know.
Oh,
why.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, so you guys are all the way in the bottom right over here and all that stuff. So this is the makeshift sort of war room for the time being. Different style, different everything.
Yeah, kind of a little late there.
Yeah, I was about to say, what happened to Hell's Kitchen? It got gentrified.
That's hilarious.
Or Hades Kitchen. There's a Starbucks
Hades
here.
Corner, boy.
They got that riverfront, those riverfront.
Is
condos,
that a
bro.
Jamba Juice?
Looking like a civilized society, bro. I'm about
Juice.
to go to Starbucks right now.
But there's a Planet Fitness and not Gold.
Bro,
Where's
I see
the, where's
East
the
one
liquor
now?
store at?
That's
I
it.
need some lotto tickets.
To the Trader Moe's.
What is this?
See,
man?
no,
Ain't no
it's
laundry
different.
mat, bro.
So they placed all the corner stores with Trader Joe's down here.
Yeah.
What is natural wine?
And Whole Foods.
Natural wine.
Is that a Sprout?
That is it a Sprout? God out of here.
So what happened?
Oh my god.
It's funnier that way.
I'm gonna make some
Riverside
buildings in the
condos,
meantime.
bro.
Bro.
I don't even want to know what real estate
Bro.
by the Swamp King is, bro.
Bro, we got clean water, bro. You see
Bro.
the glacier? Bro, we got glacier
Yo.
water, bro.
I heard they're building new high rises in the
He's
south.
got it with the swamp.
Yo,
He
we
said,
got water
"Yeah,
from the
by
lakes of
swamp."
Minnetonka, bro. That looks pure. I don't have to
Yeah,
purify.
You see these orange things? All the buildings got solar panels now, bro. Like,
New code, bro. New code came in.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
All the
Wow.
villagers are gone too. Shit, they moved out.
Yeah, it's
They're
a
not
crazy.
gone. They're there. I'm just not adding them.
Game done changed.
Yeah,
Oh,
taxes,
man.
bro.
Jesus. They just couldn't afford to live here anymore.
Is this
The
is
standard
this
of
bad?
living went up.
What are the boots and jackets? Those hipsters, bro? I don't get it, bro.
Oh god. So eventually you'll see as Hannibal and Trog begin to join the rest of you all. As they begin to do so, they nod, and I guess Hannibal would probably say, "Yeah, welcome back. I hope and trust that your mission went well.
We're
Prepare
alive with new information. We can discuss it when we're all together.
Fair enough. Not much as, despite the visual. I don't-
Oh, a lot has changed.
yeah,
a lot.
Sure. We'll talk about it more later. He'll begin to walk in. That being said, you will notice as Trog he has his bow, but you do notice as he has a sword by his side rather than just his dagger. That is one thing that has changed, but as you all do, you guys can step on into the small sort of area. So, I guess and actually, you look around and about, and you do notice as there are still builder spears that are kind of working on the likes of this establishment. They're kind of repairing the walls, and you see as they're sort of decorating the entire area and more, but as you begin to come in, this seems to be, for the most part, looking to shape up fairly well. You see as there are bits of sort of design such as flower beds at the beginning of it.
Flower
beds.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It is crazy how these guys are getting down.
Agni lights it up.
Hey, that's not against Karamet. That's against Karametra's rule. Chill out.
He lights one of them on fire. Not
All
both.
right, there you go. You also notice is there's sort of not necessarily a well, actually no, would there be? It's not really a bar. It's more of just like a makeshift sort of place to sort of store any bits of materials such as water
Who
and
getting turned at the bar in here?
right.
This is definitely a bar. This is definitely a bar.
Yeah, we definitely supposed to celebrate with the drinks.
Oh my god. So it's more of just for like storing for food and water for the sake of it and all that stuff, right? Besides that, you do see as there's a couple makeshift tables, but inside the war room, it is a sort of a mushroom stump, kind of, or half of it sort of cut, for you guys to kind of lay down any plans or tactics out as you need. That being said, you got, now granted, they're making multiple chairs, but some of you guys are gonna have to stand for the time being. Hannibal's gonna stand over here, Mao's gonna stand over here. Alright, you guys can move your tokens on in if you wish to discuss. Zora, are you walking in or are you doing something else?
Yeah. So I was gonna be cheesy and use that net 20 on saying corruption, but I was like, nah, I can't really like come up with in character why she would just do that. But what she is curious of, and I mean, she's always curious about the mark on her hand, especially after talking to the spirits about it and everything, seeing Zamon's and hearing Agni's message. So what she will do is she'll try to hold her hand up, and I was gonna say this on the right here, but we kind of like passed it all. But she will hold her the back of her palm up and face it towards her to see like maybe like if I don't know. She's just experimenting at this point. So, but she's gonna like talk into it, and she'll say, can anyone see me? Can anyone hear me? And she'll like rub on it to try to like activate it, like she did that one time after the jellyfish.
Got it. So as you begin to do so, trying to sort of activate it, what are you thinking about right now, Zora? Or what's going on through your mind?
She's thinking about the Oculi Spike, because that's the only other one that she's like corresponded with that also has it.
Mm-hmm. As you begin to do so, you look over and you see as the marking upon your hand begins to start slowly sort of pulsing with a purple light. You see as you begin to start seeing strange sort of visions before eventually it sort of stops. And you see as the visions, any sort of strange sort of etherealness that you're noticing around you, as you begin to, or your sight pierces through all the planes, it all ceases, it all stops for a brief moment. You look over and there's just a bit of an astral trail left over off to the side. And you do notice an individual sort of leaning amongst one of the sort of mushroom houses. They seem to be adorned in a red cloak and wielding a sort of sword at their side, a katana. as you notice this individual. Massive in size, but leaned over looking over towards you. You'll hear as they begin to speak and say, well, seems that someone is curious about that thing. You do not know me, and I shall make this quick, as the others will probably wonder what you are doing out here. You know of this individual known as the Keeper, correct?
Yes, the one who takes companions away and brings them back.
To keep things short and concise, me and my brothers are his replacements. You may refer to me as Keeper Raya. Now, from what I understand, this group of individuals, of marked ones, you rarely ever need our sort of, assistance. So, that is good for me at least, as I do not need to work as much. However, I did notice one thing that you were doing. You were messing with your sage mark, purple square. Exactly are you trying to learn from that?
I've seen many things done with other marks and other individuals, but with this one, I'm not quite sure what he does or why it is a danger to another mark. So I'm trying to figure that out. Mainly, why does the Black Star have a sort of negative energy towards it?
Well, I'll say one thing. You can also relay this message for the Keepers to your companions, but those markings, well, they are of the draconic sages of Voden. It seems that the sages themselves have bestowed their will and manifested them onto your palms. Said wills, said ideals, said motivations could possibly have translated. You might have to be dealing, or might have to deal with the ramifications. Without going too much into detail, as I only know so much myself, I'd imagine that the draconic sage of the Black Star is not so kind or thrilled about the purple draconic sages. For what reason, I have no idea. But with this tournament coming to fruition, I believe that you might be able to find answers of all the draconic sages there. Keep an eye out, at the very least.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so she nods and she'll say, as before she turns to go inside, she'll say, "How will I know which one is the sage for the purple mark?"
For that, you'll notice as probably the mark will react, but it'll be up to you and your insight, most definitely.
So she'll nod and she'll say, "Appreciate that information. Keep her, Raya."
We'll see as he nods before he eventually begins to sort of flow with the sort of astral light begin to dissipate. But you see as he begins to slowly do so, he stops himself and begins to say towards you, "Oh, and one thing. Your companion named Jade, he does send his regards to all of you."
She nods, smiles and nods.
And with that, you'll see as he flows with the astral lights, along with the wind. With that, Azor, you begin to shut the door, begin to gather amongst the rest of the voted knights. And as you do, well, gentlemen, it is 11:40, so I think we'll have to pick up and start next session with this conversation on what you guys will do for the future. That being said, thank you guys again for everyone who was able to play. Thank you for everybody who was able to watch. I do have to run a quick little giveaway, so I'm gonna run or speed run through that. But yeah, thank you guys so much. In the meantime, if you want to discuss the lore challenge and try to formulate your guesses there, then by all means do so. I'm gonna throw the map over on that screen, but I'll be right back. Give me like 5 to 7 minutes at most. Alright, so we're gonna switch on over to the other scene for them so they can start looking at that challenge over there. Alright, boom. Alright, and then we're going to switch on over to this sort of scene over here. Boom. Alright, thank you everybody for whoever was able to tune in to watch for this sort of stream. A lot of lore being dropped, and a lot of interesting things coming to fruition and happening off to the side. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, basically I'm a professional dungeon master who runs a giant living persistent universe known as Project Aurora. All the games are connected. You can get involved. You can help and affect them in any way, shape, or form. So if you want to do so, join the Discord. We'd love to have you. All right, we're gonna run a quick little giveaway for the likes of our good friends at Mithril Armor. We're not gonna play the video ad. Actually, you know, I'll tell you what. We'll play the video ad real quick, and then while that's sort of happening, at the end of it, we're going to draw the likes of the winner. So this is going to be the winner of this will receive a 1020 dice. So you guys can all have your opportunity to do so. Also, while you're doing that, in the meantime, go if you want to actually enter into the giveaway. All you need to do is make sure you go to YouTube. Go like the video over there, and also make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. If you do that, then you will actually have a chance to be, or actually to win the giveaway. If you don't, then I will look over, I will see, and you won't be able to win, and we'll go to the next person. So make sure to go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe over onto there. All right, link has been posted in both channels. I will be right back, and I will start the giveaway in just 1 second. Or actually, I think I can do it right now. So dice giveaway, give the first ticket free. Yep, all you got to do is just hit exclamation point ticket in chat, and there you go. All right, let's do this.
We're so excited to bring you our second Hollow Dice Kickstarter and our 9th Kickstarter overall. Introducing Dragonheart. We've worked with some incredible 3D modelers to come up with these beautiful dice that feature a dragon's head on every face. To start, we're offering your choice of gold, silver, or copper finishes, and they'll be shipped in a fabric Mithril Armory dice bag. We're looking to raise $6,300 Canadian, which is about $5,000 US, to place our initial order of dice and bags. Each set will be available for $45 for your first set, with an increasing discount for every additional set you back. When we hit our first stretch goal of $10,000, each backer will receive a free upgraded faux leather dice bag. We'll also unlock the polished silver and obsidian finishes. At $15,000, we'll include a downloadable encounter that's scalable for your party's needs. We'll also include a custom-made map for that encounter. At $20,000, we'll be able to create our custom wooden dice cases. They need to be oversized because these dice are bigger than most dice you get out there. We'll also upgrade that map and encounter to a printed physical map and printed encounter booklet, and every backer will receive that for free as well. After that, we have all sorts of things planned, but let's see where we get. Thanks for watching, and thank you for backing and helping this new set of dice come to life.
Alrighty, I guess the thing didn't switch over. But so with that being said, we got 3 individuals who are trying to enter into this giveaway. Let's see who is going to be the one to win it all. We're gonna close it right now. Boom, we got Dread, we got C-Mass, and we got Max Fish. We're gonna draw a winner. Who is it going to be? Who is it gonna be? In 3, 2, 1. And see, Mass Effect, being able to buy multiple tickets did help you out significantly. So there you go. that is the win. So congratulations to Chris. I'll get you all that information in a bit. I'll ask it to you pretty much at the end of the session. With that being said, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys, I believe Wednesday for the D&D Sensei show. All right, y'all. See you later.